Good morning, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. No, not gonna do it.
You're gonna do it. Let's do it.
Do it.
No, I don't want. Listen.
Hey.
Yes, you do.
I don't want to start another show
With turds.
talking about going to the bathroom.
Thank you.
It's the one thing that can. It's the great connector. Everybody can understand.
It's the one thing that connects all of us.
Someone
You're
should
right.
write a book.
Everybody poops.
Yeah.
Is there a book that?
Oh yeah.
Is that an REM song?
Everybody poops. You never seen that? It's like a kid's book, but I mean it's
Like a toilet training book.
it's basically a hey, don't feel weird, man. Everybody does.
Everybody does that.
Everything.
No, so we were doing a live version of the #2 show after the show yesterday, and we're just killing time. We're sitting on toilets.
Right.
If you ever watch the #2 show, it's interviews in a bathroom stall. And we're sitting on toilets trying to kill some time. We started talking about our bowel movements and how we're on schedule.
Yeah.
Lern says she takes her BM every day at 5:30.
In the morning. And then, of course, like clockwork, because this audience rules, a man named Groove Daddy tweeted at me about 5:15 this morning and says, "Hey, Lern, it's almost time. It's almost pooping time."
Groove Daddy.
So
Is it Groove Daddy or Groove Daddy?
Daddy.
it's Groove Daddy.
Daddy.
It's my daddy.
Groove
Grooves.
Daddy.
You say it like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's pooping time. Also, that guy probably set an alarm.
Yeah, I hope so.
He's like,
He's a big fan.
I love that he's thinking of me at 5:30 every day.
He's a big fan.
That's pretty
set
great.
a 5:15 alarm to tweet.
Yeah.
You
Up,
know-
15 minutes till liftoff.
You never seen the Everyone Poops
Yeah, of course.
book?
Yeah.
Bought it for mini babies.
The book tells children that all animals defecate and that they have always done so. The book is intended to relieve shame and embarrassment around the act of defecating by explaining to children that it is a natural part of life.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Yeah. Got little illustrations.
And there it is. Okay.
Look, geese poop.
Some uptight people need this book later in life, you know?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of,
I mean, there's definitely an overarching theme.
yesterday, Rafe comes in and he says, "Man, does it smell outside?" And I couldn't smell it.
Neither could I.
He goes, "Man, it smells like dog poop outside." Mm-hmm. And then we put it out there. Hey, Rizz Show listeners, if it smells like dog poop where you are, let us know. And
Everybody.
everybody. I mean, everywhere from Farmington out to Wentzville,
That's right.
the entire listening area. East side checking in, Collinsville.
Turds.
Smells like poop outside. What's the deal? Then our listeners start hitting up the local meteorologists.
Oh, good. Investigative reporting.
They start hitting up the local meteorologists on all the news stations going, "Hey, why does it smell like poop?"
Steve Templeton, what's up?
Well, we have an answer. And this is from Fox 2. Fox 2 writes, headline, "What's that smell?" What's that smell? Behind Missouri's foul fall odors.
I love this.
What's that smell? A lot of people across the region woke up Thursday asking that question. Our meteorologists got messages about the musty odor, and a post started circulating on the local subreddit searching for answers. And I would like to say thanks to the Rizz Show listeners out there for really getting this to the forefront.
Rizz Show Junior Detective Agency.
Yep.
That's right.
Thank you, guys. This basically pushed everything off the front page.
As it should. This is a big problem.
No matter what was going on yesterday. Murders, carjackings. I know there were some protests. This is what really took priority.
Well, this is the great unifier.
Crime against humanity.
Some people describe the odor as smelling like dog droppings. We're getting those questions mostly from rural readers. They're probably right. One of the most likely explanations is that the smell is from farmers laying manure on the fields during the fall. Farmers will often wait until later in the season to lay a liquid slurry on fields.
Slurry?
They're looking for temperatures around 50 degrees. Anything warmer will cause the nutrients to degrade before winter hits. That's not the only thing wafting nasty smells into the air. Plus, you may be more aware of your sense of smell during this time of year. An expert in smells explains that cooler temperatures and crisper air enhance our ability to detect these autumn aromas. Those include mold and decaying leaves. The distinctive autumn scent we love is the result of leaves, trees, and plants dying and decomposing. While the smell is associated with memories of seasonal change, it's increasingly or interestingly derived from the process of decay, even though it may trigger allergies for some. There may be one more culprit. The seeds of female ginkgo trees drop during a 10-day period around Veterans Day. The decomposing seeds emit a scent often likened to dog poop or rancid butter.
Wow. So it is a lot of droppings.
The covering of the seeds contain some kind of acid resembling the odor found in the human intestine.
Wow.
So there you go.
Thank you.
Yummy.
Thank you, Risha listeners,
Except it was 85 degrees.
getting the scientists off their asses to do some real work.
What a term, dude.
What?
Gotta go make some liquid slurry.
Liquid slurry, yeah.
Good stuff, man. You can get that.
5:30 a.m.
Liquid manure slurry.
Yeah, which will provide the nutrients for the plants that we eat.
Slop tomatoes.
It's all
Slop tomatoes. That's tomatoes growing in
Schlop.
human caca.
human. Is that human caca?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's according to my great-grandma, anyway.
yeah. Sloppy Teresa, right?
Is that what they're called? My grandma, Sloppy Teresa. Yeah.
Made that name up. I don't know.
Saint Sloppy Teresa.
Saint
What was your
Sloppy
grandma's name?
Charity.
Charity.
Grandma Charity. Good lady.
Was that her?
She's
like
funny, man.
Was that? Is that a nickname or is that a
No.
real name?
Her name was Charity Elvis. There are women named Charity.
Charity, did you say Elvis?
Elvis was her
Elvis.
last name.
We have a friend
I don't
named
know any
Charity.
charities.
I have a friend named Charity.
Well, I don't know, man. It's an old school name. You know, it'll come back around.
I thought it's like a nickname. Like her real name was, something, but we called her Charity
No.
because she was so giving.
Yeah.
Thanks for the tomatoes, Charity.
Oh, Charity, she sold them. She lived on a farm, and they didn't have indoor plumbing, and all the city folk made fun of her. So she'd go to the sewage runoff from the city and pluck all these dookie tomatoes,
and sell them
put
on
them
the
in a
roadside.
wheelbarrow, take them into town, and sell the rich people that made fun of them for not having plumbing back their own doo-doo tomatoes. She called them slop tomatoes. Wanda.
Man.
Wow.
It does sound like a southern stage name.
Charity.
Yeah.
Charity. Well, everybody loved Charity slop tomatoes.
Great for salads.
Hey, speaking of,
Yuck.
what do you say, friends or whatever, King Scott's got a friend, and this is an amazing story that's going national. And how do you know this guy without giving too much away?
Well, I met him through. I'm friends with his sister, and that's how I originally met them. But then became friends with his parents. But they go to my church, and they're basically the reason I go to my church.
Oh, is
they're one
this-
of the
is
staples.
this
Yeah,
family?
that family. Yeah.
So, headline: Northwestern surgeons performed double lung transplant with the help of breast implants for the first time. This is an amazing story.
Yeah.
And this is from the ABC affiliate up in Chicago. For the first time, surgeons in Chicago used breast implants and an artificial lung to save a young man's life. The longtime smoker and vapor needed the transplant after getting sick with the flu. On Wednesday morning, he got to meet those doctors and nurses again who performed the rare surgery. His nickname is now Double D Davy.
It's so awesome. And it's one of the things I love. They have a great sense of humor in that family, and he's going to own that and run with this, and I love that.
Double D Davy.
Double D
Yeah,
Davy.
that's
So
awesome.
doctors at Northwestern Medicine in Streeterville said vaping and too-bad infections following the flu severely damaged the patient's lungs. So for the first time, they used breast implants to help keep him alive. Davy Bauer, who's 34 years old, is he from DeSoto?
No, they're out. Well, he might be. Yeah, he might live there. But yeah, he was in a different part of the region at one point. But he might have moved there after his adulthood.
So Double D Davy from St. Louis Started smoking cigarettes when he was 21. Typically smoked a pack of cigarettes a day.
Okay.
He switched to vaping back in 2014 because he thought it was a better alternative. He was wrong. A doctor up there at Northwestern says vaping is very bad for the lungs. We know that vaping can cause injury to the lungs. Davey also never had a flu vaccine. When he got the flu, he developed 2 back-to-back infections in his lungs that were resistant to antibiotics. He was admitted to a hospital here in St. Louis, I believe SLU. Put on a machine to keep his heart and lungs working, but he continued to get sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker.
Oh, man.
A double lung transplant was the only option to survive. One of the doctors says it became very clear that Davey needed a double lung transplant, but he was too sick to get through one.
So wild.
So he was so sick, even if they gave him the lungs, even if he had lungs to put in, he was too sick to even survive the surgery.
Yeah. Which was a wild moment to get that message.
That's when the doctors here in St. Louis reached out to Northwestern Medicine's lung transplant team. Describing the first of its kind procedure, doctors removed his infected lungs and engineered an artificial lung, keeping blood flowing to his heart.
Wow.
But with both lungs removed, surgeons needed a way to keep his heart from physically collapsing inside his chest cavity.
Whoa.
So that's where the implant came in.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they decided to use very large breast implants. The double Ds. Hey, give it up for double Ds.
What?
Yeah.
Double Ds.
Saving lives.
Yep.
The double D breast implant seemed to be the perfect fit and frankly seemed to be the biggest we could get at the time. What we learned from this innovative procedure now can allow us to help patients who need lung transplants but are too sick to immediately undergo that procedure. It worked. Surgery happened back in May. Then he was listed for a double lung transplant, and a match was found within 24 hours.
Wow. That's incredible.
That is.
Yeah, it's amazing miracle, and I'm just it's a really wonderful thing. His family's they lost a kid a few years ago, and so it's one of those deals where they just don't need this. They don't need to lose another one.
Said once the infected lungs were out of his body, he immediately started clearing the infection. Soon after, the breast implants were taken out and the donor lungs were put in. He spent a couple months recovering in the intensive care unit before being moved into a rehab center back in late September. He's going to have to be monitored by his transplant team for a year while he recovers, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Great.
Just the fact that we can do that, man. What a blessed time, dude.
It is really incredible.
Yeah, my wife and I know somebody that had a double lung transplant, and she had to move to the desert because it was
Drier, right?
Yeah, drier, much better conditions for her to survive like that. But she's, I don't know, probably 12 years past that surgery, and I mean, doing well. I mean, just the fact that that's even possible is just the coolest thing. And then this with double Ds and
Well, that's a nice hospital too to give you 2 lungs and then you get 2 free breast implants.
2 free boobies, yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good
Buy
deal.
2, get 2.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a very cool story.
Yeah,
And the fact that there's
man,
a
it's so cool.
connection here.
And I was wild. I didn't know it was gonna blow up nationwide.
Oh, dude, if you look up Double D
Yeah.
Davy,
It's hilarious.
It's-
We got about a week ago, we started getting all these text messages, and they're like, look, it's in this store. Isn't it? Blah, blah.
everybody, everywhere from People Magazine to, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
'Cause
People Magazine.
It's such a remarkable surgery, and,
Yeah.
and the first of its kind.
Right.
Yeah.
So he will have to have the implants for a long time.
No, the implants
took
are
them
out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that.
So
Okay.
basically, the
That was just
implants
for
are
the
just
I
to
see.
keep his heart in place so it doesn't fall into his
Gotcha.
chest cavity.
I got you. All right.
Wild.
Until the
Yeah.
lungs were implanted.
Until the lungs were
I
put
got
in.
Man, I'm so, it's so neat.
We're there, guys.
It's wonderful.
We're
and
there.
We're there.
Also, I just want to say, too, his family has a really cool company where they build custom waterfalls, and it's amazing. It's called Bower Falls. You should check it out. It's
Bauer
pretty awesome.
Falls. Hey, if I'm in a need for a waterfall, I'm going to call Bauer Falls.
They're legit.
I
They're
would totally
beautiful
like
work.
a little waterfall in my house, like
Yeah.
a 1960s,
Yeah, man.
like a mod house
Yeah,
with a
put-
little conversation.
Well,
what do they call them? Little conversation pit.
Like a pond, like a koi pond.
Well, you got like the couch that's in the floor conversation pit,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
over to the
Sunken living room.
side.
that would be
sunken
cool.
living room,
Yeah.
old school.
Living room. Yeah, it was. Oh, I would love
Heck
that.
You
yeah.
have to have a shag
Swanky.
carpet, though.
Oh yeah,
We
I can
rented
see
a-
you having a koi pond inside. Yeah. The cats,
eating the fish.
Just eating all day
We
long.
rented a cabin in Yosemite that had a sunken living room, and I was like, I could do this. Yeah. I could bring this back.
Yeah, they need to have a comeback.
cool.
Our friends up the street have a koi pond in the house.
In the house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Does it smell? Like does it have you? smell,
No,
or,
no,
like,
they
is
take care of it
humid? Okay.
because they have a tree growing in the middle, like of the living room, almost going up through.
Yeah.
Like a small tree? Like it fits in the roof, or did it go through the house?
It goes through the house.
Get out.
Dude, when we were looking for a house last year, there was a house in St. Louis that needed a lot of work, and it had tree. It was this really cool '60s house, and like it had a tree in the living room, and I was like, "This is the reason to buy this house." But then you worry that the roots system underground
Right,
is
right,
gonna.
right.
It's an already established tree, and around the tree is water.
Yeah,
And when they bought the house, they bought
Yeah.
koi, and
They bought the fish.
that's cool as hell.
That's
and
great.
They put it. They feed the fish every day. That's cool.
Different eras have like different architectural little oddities in the houses. There's like an 80s thing too. When I go see, there's like a certain subsect of houses built in what I would say late 70s through the 80s where you walk in, and right when you walk in the foyer of the house, there's like a little, it almost looks like a garden. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk in and
Brady
there's just like
Bunch.
a little like square
Yeah.
that's like got a wall that's about a foot high, and it's like filled with mulch and vines and all that.
In the
stuff.
house.
Most of those have rocks and fake trees now.
Yeah,
Because
fake.
of-
They're
because
usually
the
fake,
people-
but it's like
Yeah, because the people that build them want that. They put it in. They take care of everything. Then the next person goes, I don't want.
Oh, this is stupid.
I don't want to be a
Right.
gardener. So
Yeah.
they just make it. But they keep it because it looks cool.
yeah,
So rocks
never
and
seen
fake
that.
trees. Oh, dude, yeah, they're still around.
almost looks like a little like you expect a lizard to come scuttling out or something, like a zoo exhibit.
Yeah, a couple years ago, I looked at a geodesic dome house, like one of them dome houses, and it has a garage that's also a dome, and half of that along the walls, and it was easier because you could do the flooring a little bit easier instead of always having to round it. Along the sides, along the walls, were like little rock bed, fake plants or real plant kind of areas. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
cool.
into that.
Well, I'm thinking about, what Double D Davy went through, and I'm sure, a lot of that's got to be a painful recovery. I mean, he opened every chest. They were talking about, like, basically the doctors had to clean out his chest. I can't imagine.
So
What I was
How
shocked
invasive
with
that is.
is they had the surgery, and it seemed I forgot how long he was in a bed, but it was not as long as you would expect. And we got pictures of him standing up, walking. He was like, "What the
Wow,
heck?
that
This
is a miracle."
amazing." And his mom and dad are prayer warriors, man, and they're I don't know. There's proof of that, and it's just wild to see this.
That's great.
This guy goes through this, and I sat on a testicle the other day, and it was in pain for 2 days.
Yeah, how's the testicle?
Sorry, you
fine.
okay?
You still crying about
Yeah,
that?
oh, it's fine.
You poor thing.
Wait, it's on People Magazine right now.
Yeah, nobody from People Magazine is calling me up.
Yeah.
No, it's true. And I was,
Yeah, he's
As a
telling
girl,
people like he's the only person it's ever happened to.
Well, and
Whose
you guys,
was it?
we're all talking about how you've all sat on your own testicles, and I, as a girl, and I don't have testicles, I was like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing that happened so commonly.
oh, it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And the weirdest part about it that you probably didn't expect that will let you in on,
Please.
is the anger that happens afterwards. Because this is this natural like a you idiot. Like I mean how like
How could you be so careless?
Yeah. It's like somehow you're angry with yourself, like you did it to yourself.
Yeah.
I've allowed this to happen to myself, and it's going to be, it's going to be maybe a couple hours of pain.
I never understood why people say like, oh, they had the balls to do this, because you guys and your balls, it's like the most sensitive part of any human body. Like, I feel like that we need to reinvent that saying, like, oh, I got the balls to do it.
Yes.
Unless it is something very sensitive and you're going to be over emotional about. Then
Yes.
that's great. But like, what could we change that
If you
to?
put your
I know what you could
testicles in
change.
danger, it is. Like if you knowingly put your testicles in danger, it's an accomplishment that.
Is
That's
it though?
testicular fortitude.
Because
Testicular
I know a
fortitude.
guy who, like, if you just graze his balls with like a feather, he's down for like a couple of hours. So to me, that's not very brave. It's like
You know one guy that likes his balls grazed with a feather?
that.
I feel like I might know who this guy is.
Like if you want to crumble a guy, just backhand, as you're walking by, just backhand.
I'll be honest, to Grays,
All right.
and men know this because this is how we tortured each other all through junior high. A flick and a graze can inflict more pain than a direct hit sometimes.
Yeah, than a punch to the jaw.
I will say they do get
or even just a one to the nuts.
I do say they do get a bit more resilient as you go through life. But
Sure.
this is a perfect opportunity, and your questions and what you're bringing to the forefront here just reiterates the point that I've been making, that if they're that important and it's that big a deal, expensive underwear. Go high quality, baby. It happens fewer times. You're going to sit on them.
Ballpark pouch, dude.
You're getting this stuff in a pack that comes with 3 or 4 things with the fruit bowl on the logo, and it expands within 2 hours of wearing it. Of course, you're going to sit on them. You're going to sit on them all the time.
Yeah, how does that happen? Like, how?
Well,
are they tucked away?
Well,
normally I'm
stuff,
in boxer
man.
briefs, and this is.
Oh, well, then you're asking for it.
I think I knew what happened here.
Okay.
I know what happened.
Oh wait, boxer briefs. I thought you said boxers.
No,
Boxer
I
briefs.
normally wear boxer briefs, which are
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
They keep you tight.
keep it tight.
High quality.
The day of the incident, I was wearing just regular boxers because laundry was being done.
Okay, well then you were.
God. Yeah, you were living
can't believe you
wildly,
have
man.
those.
That's,
And they were out there, and they were
Yeah,
unprotected.
why don't you just go play in traffic?
to me,
goodness.
boxers. And again, I'm
That's
not trying to
careless
be
living.
like. I'm not mean to men or anything, but like when you say like you're free balling, like that's when no underwear is worn at all. But isn't that the same as wearing boxers? Like you are free balling when you're wearing just straight up
pretty
Joe
much.
boxers.
well, no.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
'Cause
just
there's
one
no-
layer.
You
There's
blow
no
the crotch
support.
of your jeans out in boxers, it's not a crime. You blow the crotch of your jeans out free balling, you're showing somebody.
I've never blown the crotch out of my jeans before.
Well, then have you even lived? Have you even lived? I blow the crotch out of every pair of jeans I own. I got one nut that's bigger than the other that's always trying to tunnel out of my pants like it's Shawshank.
Yeah.
I just call him Little Andy Dufresne because he wants freedom, dude. He's ready to crawl through that. I'm like, get back in there, Andy. Yeah. I got one ball out in the rain. Trying to meet Morgan Freeman on a beach somewhere, and I'm like, get back in there.
Say Wataneo.
I don't know what it is. That's the spot. Every pair of jeans I buy, I take them to I do patch jobs on them sometimes. I got to take them to Jay's Cleaner. Shout out to Jay. Good dude. He knows a lot about my balls because he's just like,
Yeah, reinforced crotch.
you blow another one?
Yeah.
I go, yeah.
Bring them in.
Get them in there, dude. Put some Kevlar down there.
Well, I think I sat on a stool wrong. I don't know. It could have been a number of different
You were
things that happened.
stooling. You were
I
stooling.
may have- I don't
Dude.
know.
You plopped.
The angles of stools with boxers.
I don't know what happened
You sit on a wood top stool. You plop hard on a stool.
without the support.
Because here's what's happened, and this is why stools are worse, because you haven't created your lap yet. You haven't gone 45 degree like
That's
we are
what I
on
mean.
these chairs.
Yeah, his angle. He's just playing roulette here.
Yeah, dude, you're coming in basically at a standing angle. Gravity, they haven't swung up.
Yeah.
No, you're not meant for
And
that.
remember, Wednesday was warm.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday was a warm.
Things
Wednesday
were-
was a warm
It
day.
doesn't matter.
You
That's
did a wood top
hilarious.
plop. You did a wood top plop.
It was a recipe
paid
for
the price.
disaster.
It was
It was a warm day.
boxers, warm day,
Yeah.
wood top plop.
Hearing
Here's
these
another
details,
thing.
we'd be surprised if you didn't do this.
for you to know about testicles.
Please.
Over the age of 50, they start to harden like the pit of an avocado.
What does that? Why?
Pretty
Why do
soon,
they-
Because you don't need them as much no more.
Yeah,
Because
by
they're dry enough.
by the time you're 75, have you ever seen those things psychiatrists put on their desk, like those little balls
Yeah,
that hit
the
back and
silver
forth?
balls.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you're rolling with.
Yeah.
That'll be
How do
fun.
you? I mean, how do you know that?
It had
You're
a lot
not
of work.
75.
I
Just
lot of
make
scar
sure you
tissue.
spread that information everywhere you go.
Yeah, in fact, if they start running, somebody over 75, you can hear that click, click.
Click, click, click.
Really talking it out.
Like really concentrating.
It really, I was almost negligent.
That's what I'm saying.
on
Why
Wednesday.
don't you just go play
now
in
that
traffic?
you think about it, you kind of owe your ball an apology.
Yeah, I'm gonna take him out to dinner tonight.
That's good. He deserves that.
Something
Take him
nice.
out there.
Something nice.
Something nice, like a good steak dinner. He deserves it.
32
yeah.
ounce porterhouse.
Yeah, you deserve it, buddy.
And you may be forgiven. But it
Soft
won't be
chair.
forgotten.
No.
I have so many questions as a female.
Oh,
And
please.
Some of
We
them
have
I
all
can't
the
get
answers.
into. One day on the number 2 show where we can be unedited and whatnot, I'm gonna like bring up some things. And I
Why don't
want
you start writing stuff down?
No, it's all. I have like a list in my girl head. Like I just
That'd be a great episode.
Man, I'm telling you.
curiosities.
Where all the questions are your questions.
With the recoveries from the 4 surgeries, especially the 2 middle ones, I feel like I can. I've seen it all. They've been through war, and I can handle
vasectomy.
it. Nothing scares me.
Vasectomy, reversal, vasectomy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was vasectomy, unsuccessful reversal, then successful reversal. Which, by the way, those recoveries, those are heavy, boy. Those are heavy.
Yeah, I
boy.
don't plan on
the vasectomy, right?
reversing.
Oh, the
my
vasectomy is nothing.
Right.
That's amateur.
Vasectomy
hour.
was
easy.
That's what I hear.
That's easy stuff.
Good.
The reversal is no.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's a commitment.
So I'm complaining about my left testicle.
Yeah.
Which is feeling okay.
Good.
This guy had his chest ripped open, cleaned out,
New lungs.
Has anybody broken a bone before?
I have not.
Like, I've never broken a bone.
Ever?
I'm knocking on wood, never broken a bone.
Yeah, no.
Nose multiple times.
Broke your nose.
Fingers and toes.
Okay, so I'm going to
I've
ask you.
chipped one, but never broke.
So you never broke it. So 3 out of the 5 of us have never broken a bone.
You've never broken a bone?
I've not.
45% of us have broken a bone before.
That's wild to me.
A national poll.
See,
Most Americans have not broken a bone.
yeah, we drink milk.
45% of us have never broken a bone. I'm sorry. Yeah. 55% of us have not broken a bone.
Oh, I see.
45% of us have.
Well, that's good. Most of Americans are tough.
So just over half of us still have basically skeletons in pristine condition.
Shelter.
I can't imagine what that feels like. In fact, I kind of have like a weird fear about that. Like, and trust me, like I'm nuts. Like, I fall down a lot. I fall downstairs playing soccer. I got hit and checked and all sorts. I should have had a broken bone in my 38 years of being on this planet, but I just don't. And I have a weird, like, I can't imagine what that feels like.
Well, which bone are you most likely to break?
I feel like every kid that I knew in childhood years was breaking collarbones. Like that was the
Yeah,
popular.
that was
That
mine.
was the popular.
It was
one.
kind of cool, man. That was a
Broke
good.
my collarbone.
Yeah, that was a cool thing
Really?
to do.
I don't feel like that's the most common.
No.
But that's what I broke. I would
not the most
say,
common.
I feel like arm was
Forearm.
somebody was
Ulna.
always in a cast.
I think
Is it the
toe,
ulna?
right?
Broke my nose.
The big toe, or pinky toe.
It's actually a tie. A tie between your arm and breaking a finger. Toe is second. Toe is like toes right there.
I broke fingers and toes, but it don't count.
So 12% of Americans have broken their arm, 12% have broken a finger, 10% have broken a toe,
I'm telling you,
8% have snapped an ankle.
if you walk into a hospital and all your fingers are broken, they don't care. They're like, oh, okay,
I
whatever.
think if your fingers are broken,
I'm-
that's a pretty
I
big
will
one.
Just
say
telling
that-
you, man, when you break a nose, a finger, or a toe, and you go into a hospital,
Back
they're
of the
like,
line.
okay, cool, yeah, you just sit there for a
As
while.
4 gunshot victims walk
We'll
in.
figure it out. I'm just saying, like with fingers, typically, unless it's like really messed up or something, they'll tape it together. Like this finger broke and it basically kind of twisted, and it's still twisted wrong, and they just let it go. All the toes that I break, you don't even go. There's no point in going.
I
They just go,
gotcha.
oh, bummer,
No,
sorry,
your
man.
toe, they're like, we can't do anything.
Yeah, even fingers. Like I've dislocated 7 of my fingers at different times playing football. Like I got caught in a face mask where it was like sideways. like that. But it got to a point where I'd gone to the ER a couple times, and I was just like, I know how to do this, and I just
Click it in.
you just pop. I mean, it
Yeah.
hurts.
And you just baby it for a couple months, and then
I mean, it hurts.
there you go.
But I wouldn't. I just tape the 3 fingers together and keep.
My
playing.
son used to get something called nursemaid's elbow.
Oh yeah.
And I remember the first time it happened.
That sounds tough.
He was like 3 years old. And he came running in. He couldn't move his arm. He's screaming. And we're, oh my God, he broke his arm. He broke his arm. It was like hanging there. And you're like, oh my God, you got to bring him to the hospital. Brought him to the hospital. Doctor goes, click. It's just your elbow, like as a little kid.
Like pops out of
Just
place.
pops out. And I was the only one. And it would happen every once in a while.
Whoa.
And I would be the only one that could do it. I would just feel it and just feel it click back in.
Makes my elbows hurt.
And
man.
he'd go from screaming to immediately going, all right, back out to play.
It is phenomenal
Yeah.
when you get that put back in place. I remember I played basketball as a kid, and my finger, the same thing, it got dislocated, and my coach was like, ooh, let me see that. So I went over to show him, and he just instantly pulled it, and it went right back in. You're like,
the relief.
but you wanted to pass out for
fingers,
half a
toes, and
second.
nose too. Because the first time I broke my nose, they do the X-ray and they go, yeah, you broke your nose. I mean, it's not on your ear completely, so I'll take my thumb and basically crack it, try to do this, and it looks pretty straight. We'll see when the swelling goes down if we should do something. And if it's not bad enough, they'll just go, you still look all right.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Dang.
Yeah,
So-
my son's got a broken nose, but they're like, It's all right. He's still growing.
Right.
We're not going to do
Yeah.
anything until, he's grown.
I broke it once or twice, so like kind of 1.5 times really, but not bad enough to do nothing about it. And then the third time, shattered the thing. I put it on the side of my face, and then they were like, "Okay, buddy, yeah, we'll have to fix that in a couple weeks when the swelling goes down."
By the third one, it wasn't that bad, and you were like, "Nope, I want it fixed this time." You just went ahead and pushed it all the way over.
No, it's funny you say that because they did a surgery. And remember, I got out of surgery and had to get on a plane and go play in Alaska, and it was just a total nightmare because once the stuff wears off, I mean, I'm in a flight, my head is swollen, I feel terrible. And then I got home, and no kidding, when the swelling went down a little bit, I was like, "Hey, dude, it's not like straight." And I spent a lot of money to try to straighten this thing.
Suck her out.
And you know what he did? Because it was still malleable.
Right.
He goes, "Okay, man."
3, 2.
No, he held my head and put his thumb right here and started cracking it over. And I was just like, "Oh!" And he straightened it out a little more.
Here's, as far as breaking your bones, here's the order. Okay, so it's arm, finger tied. Then you got toe, ankle, foot, hand, wrist, rib, collarbone, and then nose. Nose is last.
Whoa, ribs before nose, huh?
Ribs before nose. Ribs, collarbone, then nose.
I ran my dad over with a tractor and broke his ribs and a bunch of stuff. And man, I feel like ribs might be one of the worst ones. You really snap some ribs and stuff. And
that affects your breathing.
You are in pain for every breath for months.
You know what weird?
And you need to breathe.
It's crazy.
Breathing helps.
One of those important things to stay alive.
I had a weird. I don't feel like it was that uncommon. I think I don't know if it's a boy thing or if it's both genders, but I had a thing called Osgood Slaughters. Do you guys know what that is?
Oh, Oscar Slaughters?
Where your bones and your legs are growing, and like your knee, your knee is basically fusing to your kneecap as your leg bones grow.
Whoa.
When you're going through a growth spurt. Dude, that stuff used to put me down, man, on the couch.
I think, can you develop that from doing
basketball? It's like you can get shin splints and it makes it worse and stuff.
So my wife has that from ice skating.
That makes sense.
From figure skating.
It's brutal. It's like, because it's basically like, it has something to do with like your bones and your legs fusing to your patella, and like when your body's growing, and it's just like your bones are growing so fast that the pressure inside of them is almost like to the breaking point of where your bones are growing. So, man, I would just lay on the couch.
And then you're falling all the time, especially figure skaters, fall on the ice.
Like right underneath my knee. If you even just like grazed it, I'd cry.
Yeah, she still has problems from that.
I forgot with the nose thing, by the way, when you break it, if you go straight into the hospital, they usually do this thing. It's like some sort of like liquid cocaine, basically, that they inject up in there, and then they stick a rod up here like this, or at least they used to in the 90s. They stick a rod up on the side, and they take a little hammer and go kink, 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 and basically knock it straight to the hammer. I mean, knock it straight to the rod, and that's how they like kind of line it up, and then they go, "Okay, cool, see ya. Have a good time."
All right.
You did it.
Thanks.
Take care of that thing.
Tomorrow is Veterans Day, although it's also being observed today. So many of us would like to take this opportunity to show our appreciation. Thank you for your service, everybody, men and women out there. But Rafe, you served.
Yes.
So again, many of us would like to show our appreciation to veterans. Mm-hmm. What's the best way to do it? Is it just saying, "Hey, thanks for your service"? Because there was a poll done, and 70% of younger veterans and military personnel say they feel uncomfortable or awkward when somebody says, "Thank you for your service."
I would concur with that. It is like, it's nice. It's a nice gesture, but, and I can't speak for all veterans. I feel bad for like Vietnam vets because they never got that. So to complain about someone actually thanking us feels a little shallow. But I also sometimes I feel guilty because I didn't get deployed. And I feel like I'm getting thanked for something. Granted, I had a chance of being deployed. There was always that risk. I just got lucky. I was in between the Gulf Wars. I mean, 9/11 did happen when I was in, but by that time I was in the National Guard, and we just didn't get deployed. So I think sometimes that affects me. Like, I'll feel guilty where I'm like, I appreciate that, but honestly, all I did was hold down Lawton, Oklahoma. Everything was fine. It was not that hard of a job.
But still, I mean, you served. You were in the service, and
sure.
I think you
take the risk. You sign up. You take the risk and all that for sure. That's interesting to hear though, because I had never heard that stat before. Said I've always felt that way and felt weird about saying it.
Yeah, well, you're not alone, and it's mostly a generational thing. So only 24% of military and veterans 65 and older say they feel uncomfortable with it, possibly because they're more used to it. But USAA is using that stat to challenge people to go beyond small talk like that and create, real positive impacts in the veteran community. So, they suggest a couple ways you could thank a veteran on Veterans Day. Reach out, make the first move to connect with a veteran, make a call, send a text, grab a coffee, letting somebody let somebody know you are, taking action.
Sure.
You're appreciative. Ask engaging questions. Open up a two-way conversation rather than basically just telling them thank you for your service. You could ask open-ended questions about their life and interests. Now, this is mostly for friends, acquaintances, neighbors, and coworkers. Some veterans may also find it uncomfortable and awkward if, you're at the grocery store checkout line and you start probing, so how's your life? Are you married? Have you gotten into the pickleball craze lately?
No.
Yeah.
You ever kill a guy? Whoa.
No.
How do we pivot from pickleball into that?
So, Rizz, what do you feel whenever someone comes up and thanks you for your service?
In the
time
industry.
in the service, yeah.
He doesn't like praise.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
Now, when I say the service, I, did work at McDonald's. And that
Yeah,
kind
so
of service.
thank you so much, man.
I'll be honest, man. Like, I think this is a personal thing. Take it or leave it. I think, like, even just go make a donation to, like, Wounded Warrior Project. Like, do something, an actionable step. If you don't have to tell anyone you did it. You don't have to do it in anyone's name if you don't want to. If you have a veteran in your life, maybe make a donation on their behalf or something. But there's a lot of good programs out there to help vets who didn't get the help they need and still don't. And there's a lot of hidden trauma for people that come back from deployments and things like that.
I'm glad you bring that up because that is something they do suggest is join an initiative, support, spread awareness for veterans causes like Face to Fight, which is taking on suicide in the military community. Yeah. USAA suggests wefacethefight.org for more info.
Locally, Songs for Soldiers. Dustin Rao, who's the founder. Went to high school with him. He's a combat veteran, one of the greatest people in St. Louis, and it's right here in Columbia, Illinois.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Songs for
What's
Soldiers.
it called?
Songs for Soldiers.
Oh, it's a great organization.
Annual concert. It's really cool.
So if you go to CharityWatch.org, they've got a list of top-rated veterans and military causes page. So CharityWatch.org.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of bogus ones out there, so just be careful what you give to.
So many local ones, too. Like, I mean, there's so many fantastic events that'll be happening throughout the year, but I mean, St. Louis and Illinois, we got a ton of great veterans organizations.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea because that is a way to keep it localized. That might trickle down to a vet in your life that you care about.
All right, so I'm asking you this question, all yous. Do you know what everybody who serves in the military is supposed to be called?
You mean like the different ranks?
So 55% of Americans say that they thought everyone who serves is called a soldier, but that's not accurate.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
No, it's
Educate
like,
us.
Soldiers serve in the Army.
Yeah, soldier, seaman, corpsman. Right?
Airman.
Okay, so soldiers serve in the Army. A Marine
is a corpsman.
While the Marine Corps has Marines, the Navy has sailors. The Air Force has airmen, regardless of gender. The Coast Guard has Coast Guardsmen, regardless of gender. And the Space Force has, remember we have the Space Force now. Space Force has...
Space
people!
Spacers.
Guardians, that's correct.
Guardians of the
Sorry.
Galaxy.
What's corpsman? Is that the... like, what is it when you're...
Medical corpsman is someone in the Navy that usually serve with the Marine Corps unit.
That's right, and they're the medics. So instead of screaming medic, they're screaming corpsman,
Sometimes.
right?
That's just this. I know that's the proper title. I don't.
There was something. There's something to be learned when you watch Band of Brothers and then follow it with the Pacific. Those are two of the greatest.
I'm just talking about the umbrella term for somebody who served in that particular branch.
No, that was good. I didn't know. I mean, I had never really thought of that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Most people don't know.
Yeah.
And the pork steak armies.
And the pork steak army members are called porkmen.
Pork people.
Regardless of gender.
That's right.
It's pork folk.
That's right. Or the fighting Johnnies.
The Fighting Johnnies. All right, so it's Friday, and just some stuff I didn't get to, during the week. Just some stories that just want to get you guys hip to. This had me rolling this morning. This is a more recent thing. A guy, we've all been to karaoke nights.
Oh, yes. I live for a karaoke night.
Do you have a go-to song?
I got a couple, yeah. I do. What do you want? Like a solo? You want to do a duo? Like Jackson.
So if you learn, the karaoke guys, is there a Lern out there? Like, what's your go-to that you're going to bring the house down?
Like
My hero.
Rizz, if we go to karaoke, we're going to sing Going to Jackson with Johnny and June.
Ooh, good song.
Wowie.
If I do a little No Doubt, did that with the Teenage Dirtbags at Halloween. Do Just a Girl. Fleetwood Mac always is a good one, But if you really want to get, my friends and I, when we used to do float trips, this one place had a karaoke stand, for the nighttime. And we would get there and we would sing a very vulgar version of Bohemian Rhapsody. And it was awesome.
I'm just
Very
a fart
vulgar.
boy from a fart family.
He's just a fart boy.
Spare him his fart from this monstrosity.
So those are my go-tos.
Have you ever been to a karaoke night where somebody tries to scream a heavy metal song?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yes. I believe at, speaking of Double D's, that's a karaoke bar, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I think we were there when I witnessed somebody do the what's the Bev and Bob
Disturbed?
classic? Yes. The Down with the Sickness
That's
or whatever
great.
it was.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, that'd
boy,
be cool.
yeah. And once as soon as it started, the whole bar, which was not paying attention and never pays attention to the stuff, went, this is going to be great. And, because it's got that intro. Yeah, so everybody turned and was like, all right, let's see what this guy delivers
Is
for
Bev and
the,
Bob?
This is Bev and Bob.
for the dog park. That's basically what we heard.
Oh, my God.
It's so good, man. Yeah.
God bless him. There's Bev.
Sounds like Cookie Monster.
Drowning deep in my sea of
Loathed,
broken your
Will you give it to me?
seas what's left
Killing it.
of my human side is slowly changing.
Hard right.
In me,
Will you give it to me?
look at my own reflection when suddenly it changes.
Violently it changes. Oh no.
There's no turning back now. You've woken the demon in me. Get up, come on down with the sickness.
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
Get up and come down with the sickness.
Open up your hate and let it flow into me.
All right.
That's amazing.
See, I
Sound like
finally
Cookie Monster and Elmo.
understand the song now. I like
Excellent.
it.
I witnessed it in
Anyway.
person, pretty much.
Anyway.
That was the Double D's experience the majority of the time that I went.
A guy was singing a heavy metal song at a karaoke bar when he was suddenly cut off by the gray-haired DJ. And the old fellow was so mad about him, quote-unquote, hollering into his microphone. He went on a rant that lasted almost 2 minutes.
Give it to me.
Listen to this.
Well, why don't you?
Nobody's gonna holler at my microphone. I'm sorry. You know, no. It blows my speakers out. Laugh. It's funny. No. There's no reason to do that. But you damaged my equipment.
Dude, when did you say there were rules?
What do you mean, common sense? You don't scream in your microphone.
Rules over there,
Turn it on. It's time for me to go. It's funny. Everybody laugh. It's funny. Show you how much money I made my tip jar. $13.
night is over.
Was this in Swansea? Because I feel like
that
it
sounds
was.
awesome.
It was in Louisville.
Man, that's incredible.
It was in Louisville.
My favorite part is when he said where the kid goes, dude, when did you say there was any kind of rules?
Right.
Karaoke's not about rules, dude.
And honestly, kid makes a point.
Yeah, there are no
Kid makes
rules.
a point. I thought that was the beauty of karaoke, is that we can all make fools of ourselves, with our own choices.
Yeah, karaoke translates to no rules.
Just so you know, the song the guy was singing that set the old guy off was a song called "Goodbye Graceful" by Falling in Reverse. I don't know.
Okay.
It seems like something I wouldn't like anyway. It seemed like I'm on the old guy side.
Oh, come on, Rizz.
Yeah.
I thought it was you for a second.
I'm on the old guy side. The song's probably terrible.
Yeah.
He spared everybody.
I like how he goes, nope, that's it. Ain't nobody going to holler in my microphone.
Made $13 in the tip jar.
Karaoke night is over. That would be me if I hosted karaoke night with my equipment.
Holler.
I've told you guys this before on the air, but I saw a fist fight at karaoke night at the Regal Beagle in Godfrey, Illinois, because a dude named the Mad Hatter who took it real serious. He had like a fedora with an ace of spades in it or something.
Right.
Got mad at the DJ because the DJ let someone else sing Ice Ice Baby. And
That
he
was his
like,
go-to?
yeah, he was like, Ronnie, you know that's my song. This is BS. And they got in a fight and like full up WWE, like completely wrecked the folding table all the DJ equipment was on.
Oh, my goodness.
Sparks. Karaoke night was over. It was the greatest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
I lived
So
for
you
that.
got one guy taking the other guy's song.
He was mad, but he didn't fight the guy who took his song. He got mad at the guy who took his song, but he got mad at the DJ because he said the DJ knows that's his jam.
Oh, so the
Ronnie
DJ
messed
should have
up.
known.
DJ,
Yeah.
you know that's I sing it every week. How dare you?
That song is off limits for everybody
and
else.
the DJ was like, I can't tell people, I can't reserve songs.
Nah, that's
for you."
Ronnie's song. You can't do Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, that's the Mad Hatter's song. And
The fact that it's Ice Ice Baby is also
the
chef's
funniest,
kiss.
yeah, it's the funniest part.
Yeah.
As if that were a tough one.
That gets the room going. Because you don't know.
I love that song.
Is it going to be David Bowie and Queen? Or
No,
Is it going to be Vanilla
it's Vanilla
Ice?
Ice.
Dude, when did you say there were rules?
No rules.
That's my favorite, dude.
Also, the fact that the DJ. Oh, I'm gonna play.
I kind of
Yeah,
want
does
that.
Just that he
I kinda
cut
want
it
that
off
clip.
in the middle.
I kind of want that kid's vibe in this machine on our soundboard. Because
Bye, everybody.
I think I believe he started it with a whelp. Whelp. That was a Missouri whelp.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Nobody's gonna holler in my microphone. I'm sorry. You don't know that. It blows my speakers out. Laugh. It's funny. There's no reason to do that. But you damaged my equipment.
Dude, when did you say there were rules?
we need to amplify that. Dude. You know what? And I live that. I vibe with both of these cats. Like that kid is that's my spirit animal.
That's your spectrum. of
Yeah,
feelings.
that's half of my bio. That's my rainbow. That's like follows me everywhere. Dude, when did you say there were rules? That's how I live.
Ain't nobody gonna holler in my mouth.
No, it's the way he said rules.
That's what I'm saying, man.
All right, Spicoli.
He's a turtle
More
from
like our time.
he's a turtle from Finding Nemo, man.
Coley, where's your shirt? Something hot to it, Mom.
I love that kid. I love everybody involved. This is my scene.
Rules.
Yeah, we
Well,
do
the
need
old
that
man
cut
wins,
out.
and I'm at his side. Oh,
He's your
man.
spirit animal.
Is
Yes.
the old guy doing that?
Yes.
Like he actually.
This actually
he sounds
seems like
pretty
this
good.
could be a fight between you guys on the air.
Yeah, it could be. Given the day.
Yeah. Moon's like, I thought there were rules.
When did you say there were rules?
headphones out.
I refuse to live
And
like
I'd be
that.
like, well, good night, everybody.
You shut the entire point down.
Oh,
That was the Missouri whelp, though. Like he shrunk it to 2 words.
I mean, you nailed it. Lern sniffed it out, said it was Swansea, and I'm like, yeah, I can see this happening.
I know these people.
There is an Australian porn star named Danny DeBello. I was going to say Diablo, but it's DeBello. And she's opening up to her followers after a traumatic incident recently where a partner of hers that she did a scene with was attacked by one of her pets.
Oh, no. Which pet?
Now, she does this on video. She's like, I want to introduce you to Betty. She's my Centralian carpet python. She's about 8 foot long. I've never had an issue with Betty.
Hasn't been fed in 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had an issue with Betty biting anybody or anything.
This is the gals? This is the gals?
This is the girls.
Snake?
Yeah, Danny DeBello. So she and her male partner had just filmed some sex content together, and he went to go take a shower. He comes back in, and Danny puts the snake around his neck.
Uh-huh.
And then she headed to the bathroom to go, clean herself up.
Now, being the only snake owner in the room here, how is she not realizing that this naked feller that's coming out here presents to this snake basically what looks like food, a rat dangling off his naked body?
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
exposed.
No.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
think it through, lady. The reason you've never had an issue is because you don't have a rat hanging from your body.
So she puts Betty the snake around this dude's neck.
Come on, man. Don't tell me this is what's happening.
And it's described as her unwitting friend's neck. She heads to the bathroom to get washed up. She walks away, leaves the room, suddenly startled by a massive scream. Says she turned around, seen that Betty's holding on to his penis.
These things are...
And he is trying to pull it off.
Oh, my goodness.
Betty is latched on to his dong.
I have so many questions. Like, I just...
And he's just he's got a whole bottle of Jergens just putting it all over the snake. He's like, I know exactly what to do. Been training for this my whole life.
Oh,
my
no.
goodness.
Don't do it, Carl.
Those things get up to 8 feet long.
Yeah, it's
Huge.
8 foot.
Dude.
She
And won't
has an
snakes
8 foot.
kind of adopt what their owners do? So they kind of mimic them?
Yeah.
I mean, you're dangling something that looks just like it's food. And if you're feeding frozen, like we feed frozen, right? So, like, they're not the smartest animals, and there's no insult in saying
They're
that.
snakes.
Yeah, they're not the
And my
smartest animals.
apologies to all the snakes.
Whoa.
All the snakes out there because
Now they're mad.
They got a couple things, to do to survive. And one is like, oh, look at that. That might be a rat. Mm-hmm. I'm a bite it and get around it and constrict
Yep.
it, and then I'm going to eat it.
How bad does a snake bite feel? Like a python? I mean, that has to be excruciating.
It depends on the snake. I've been bit
and
by
it depends
ours.
on the area where you're bitten.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I've been bit by ours, and honestly, it's so sharp. It was so quick and so sharp that I honestly didn't feel it. It did draw blood, and it frightens you. But my snake is not 8 feet.
Right.
Well, it
And
took
it
a
bit
couple
my
minutes.
thumb.
It took a couple minutes to get the python off his penis.
Yeah, because remember when it didn't attack him like a defensive thing. This was he thought that was a rat, and he hit it. And when they hit it, they wrap
Hold on to it.
Yeah, they constrict it to get the air out of it.
Don't you hold like the back jaw, like every movie I've ever seen or every video, like
Like the hinge.
The hinge, they can pop the hinge of the. That's how you get it to release its bite.
Well, so if and I'm sure the snake owners are gonna rip me to pieces here, but like their teeth are kind of like slanted back too. So if he's in there and he's constricted around, like you're not even getting to the teeth yet. You're trying to get the actual snake from off the thing,
Sure.
and then you have to kind of go forward to get the teeth out and
I don't
come
understand
off.
why
You
they
know what I'm
just
saying?
didn't talk to it.
Just talk it
to
out.
Just talk it out.
Talk it out, Betty. Let's go. You gotta let
So
go.
after a
Betty.
couple minutes, they got the snake off the penis.
That's a big snake, dude.
Put the snake back in the enclosure. She said there was blood everywhere. I mean, it was.
Oh my lord.
After pulling the snake off his penis, you had to check to make sure there were no little teeth left in it.
Also, Dave's checking in. Porn stars carpet python, really?
Yeah, because they can break off. The teeth can break
Yeah,
off.
she had to make sure there was no little teeth left in it because pythons sometimes leave their teeth in things after biting them. Stuff of nightmares.
Kind of
guys.
cool.
Here's a
Whew, yeah.
I mean, if you're going to get your dong bitten by a snake.
But this is a porn star. That's his.
Later on, being like, there's still 2 python teeth in there.
It's your moneymaker.
That's somebody damaging.
Hey, I get it.
If you're a bricklayer, that's somebody messing with your trowel.
I get it.
Johnny Python.
You know?
Man, yeah.
Snake eating its own tail.
I can't imagine.
No thanks.
Can't imagine. We were just talking about, some of the experience that our junk has been through and how it gets a bit,
Like the bragging rights are kind of cool, right?
how it gets it's tougher throughout life. And I got a friend who's in porn, and he's been in it for 5-6 years, and I saw him over the weekend, and I'm on the Rizz show, so I'm curious. I started asking all the questions.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, hey, what about this? What about that? What about this? And man, it was just story after story. But like, there's one thing that's for sure, and the dude uses this thing so much that like, I don't know. Like, I don't think anything could affect him. So I'm sure this is a bit more extreme than what he's used
When you
to.
do what you love. It's never a job.
First of all, not true. Not true with this, because he was like, every guy that I've ever known, every friend of mine is like, you got the greatest job ever, man. And he's like, yeah, but at some point it gets a little weird when you're kind of tired of having sex.
Oh, speaking of porn, I just saw yesterday that our OnlyFans teacher,
Yeah.
Brianna, she's now doing like hardcore porn.
Like top of the line stuff, like big companies production.
I don't know. She was with this guy. I think his name is Adam22. He's like a famous
Okay.
guy and his wife, and they did a whole scene together. It was a big deal that she's now doing that. She's killing it as far as making money.
Right.
Killing it.
Yeah, I saw some interview where she was talking about remember like the outing, and remember how she was like, I wasn't sure. And in this interview, she said something about how her husband's face wasn't blurred out, and that's how she felt.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that
around.
same interview.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got let go too.
Yeah, but they're doing all right.
They're doing all right.
Yeah, they're all right.
So strike while the iron's hot. Mm-hmm. Get it while you can. All right, so I think we should do this Craigslist Freak of the Week thing real quick before we move on.
On that note.
So yesterday, it was our final quarterfinal matchup of the Craigslist Freak of the Year playoffs. So after the votes are tallied and after we announce the winner, the semifinals are set, and we're down to 4 freaks. And thank you for all your votes, and here's how it all shook out. Your runner-up, with 42.6% of your vote, we say goodbye to Jason Jisringhausen. Sorry, Rafe, that's the coach. Was the guy that's in love with his son's hockey coach.
And is into gunplay.
So, Jason Jisringhausen, we bid you adieu.
You okay,
Which
bud?
means that moving on to the semifinals, congratulations, with 57.4% of your vote, Susan Boyle moves on.
10 to you, female for anyone, 46 years old, Revelstoke, British Columbia. I've been a nurse in a nursing home for a few years. I really love the job, and helping people live out their final days is a great place. My one problem is how turned on I get when I have to clean a person. The smells, textures, and how I have to clean my nails from the random messes. It's so exciting. I never know what the day is going to bring. I've been into scat and golden shower play for a while. However, it doesn't get me turned on like it used to, though I still welcome that, of course. I'm ready to go further. I'm looking for someone who has boils or warts that I can drain. I want to taste and feel those masses when we get together. This may seem odd, but I promise it will be beautiful. I can send you a pic of me to let you know that I'm a big, beautiful lady.
Man. Moving on, Susan Boyle. Congratulations. Man.
84% of the vote almost.
This was 57.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This was 57%.
87 was
Looking at an old note.
the last win.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this was 57% of the vote. So now the semifinals are set. So next week will be the first semifinal matchup between Scatatui and Pluto McGavin.
Wow.
And then we'll take a week off for Thanksgiving.
2 winners for sure.
Because you're going to need it.
Then we'll take a week off for Thanksgiving. We'll come back with Preg Berube versus Susan Boyle. And the Freak of the Year finals set for December the 7th. Whoa, guys. Woo!
A day that will live in infamy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's do this. All right, your Team Rizz Member of the Day is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From Marissa, Illinois, Melissa Moore.
Yes.
Melissa from Marissa.
Melissa from Marissa. Melissa has been a longtime Rizz Show listener, lifelong Point listener. She's attended just about every Rizz Show event and also considers herself to be a female version of me. Awesome.
That's cute.
Melissa loves that every day is a different one on the show, and she gets all our daily news from the gang. Loves Freak of the Week, Friday Fail Stories, and basically any story that comes out of Florida. Well, Melissa Moore from Marissa, Illinois, is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. I'll tell you what, if she was the female version of me, she would not have picked the song that is coming up for her at the end of the show. Because remember, the Team Rizz Member of the Day gets to pick the song as we get out of here.
Oh, no. You are quite the opposite of Scott Rizzuto.
Yeah.
No.
You
Santana and Rob Thomas?
Oh, even worse.
No.
Even worse.
Much further down the Rizz hates this rabbit hole.
Well, even though we have a drastically different taste in music, you still will get the Team Rizz Member saga jersey.
Perhaps she's like your arch enemy. Like, you guys are like the yin and yang.
Yeah.
Like you're so similar, you're the opposite, or you're so opposite, you're similar.
Maybe.
I think that's what's happening here.
Get yourself signed up, 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we'll take our first break of the morning. We'll come back with crap on celebrities. It is 7:10. Friday. First look at the traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. We got a lane closed due to a stalled vehicle 70 westbound at Bryan Road. And there is a left lane closed due to a crash 44 westbound at 7th Street. Your point forecast today will be sunny, dry, and seasonably cool with a high near 60. Right now it's 41 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
Learn what he got for us.
Can you smell what The Rock isn't cooking? The type of tattoo that happens when you kiss Pete Davidson. Jared Leto is the Tom Cruise of music and the best Tom Hanks movies of all time.
Whoa.
Bachelor party.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. And think about this. If you were to own any movie or TV prop, what would you want?
Okay.
If you could own any TV or movie prop, which would you choose? We'll chop it up next. Show phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow@1057thepoint.com. Send us your instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. Friday Fail Stories coming up. Rafe's In Memoriam. We'll have comedian Sarah Tiana in studio around 9 o'clock.
Nice.
She's part of the Flyover Comedy Festival. She's at the Hot Java Bar tonight on Manchester at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. I did a show there last night with Shang Wang, and it was awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, that Hot Java Bar. I was looking at pictures. I never heard of it before, but it's got a stage and can hold 300 people.
That's cool.
Oh, it'll hold. We had, seated, I think we had 400 in there last night. And if it's a standing rock show, it'll hold more. I actually think it'd be a good spot to do Bucket List Jeopardy with Mooner, host Moon Trebek. Mm-hmm. They put in this big digital screen, and I was talking to, do you remember Anthony French, the dude that ran for mayor?
Oh, yeah.
Antonio French.
Antonio French. Yeah. He's the owner. And I was talking to him last night, and I was like, hey, man, this would be a cool spot. I'm like, our boy Moon wants to do Jeopardy.
Heck yeah.
And I'm like, I think we could do it there. Because that screen is, if you look at the pictures on being on stage last night on my Instagram, that is the entire length of the stage, and it is like a high-tech, brand-new digital.
Really?
We could put the Jeopardy board up there.
If we're going to do Jeopardy, I want podiums built, for real.
Oh, yeah.
I think we could do it.
Like for real podiums.
With the TVs?
Oh, yeah, the whole thing.
Well, he and I talked if there was anywhere in town where we could pull that off, and I didn't think of this place until last night. I was like, oh, this would be like the perfect place. We could just have like a nice little mini Rizz night, have Jeopardy, maybe have a couple other little games, fun stuff to do with the audience, knock that off Moon's bucket list, let him go full Trebek, put a little pencil mustache on, and go for it.
Well, cool.
I don't know.
Seems like a cool place.
It's a thought. It was a cool place.
Seems like a cool place. Yeah, the Flyover Comedy Festival is this whole weekend.
First night was awesome, man. It was like, I stayed out. I got home at 2 a.m., so the fact that I'm even here is, it's a baloney day miracle.
It is a baloney
It's a baloney day miracle. I know Lern and Crap on Celebrity is going to get into how you could own the Late Show sign that hung over the Ed Sullivan Theater.
The marquee.
For 20 years.
Dang.
Wow.
Which is, if you're a Letterman fan, like that's an iconic piece of history.
I'm surprised
Piece of
Jimmy
TV
Kimmel
history.
isn't just has this already. Like,
As a huge Letterman fan?
yeah. I mean, and I know we will get into it because they're bidding it off, and so all the funds raised will go to Habitat for Humanity. But I see somebody like Kimmel buying this for his home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're a diehard Letterman fan like he is.
Anybody know anything? Anybody that has cool movie stuff?
No, not really.
After Lost ended, they did because a lot of times they'll do auctions.
Yeah.
And like the actual studio or the production company maybe will do auctions. And after Lost ended, about a year or two after, a lot of our band friends and everybody were enormous fans. And one such young gentleman took a flight in the middle of the tour, I believe, to go to this auction and bid on some of the Lost stuff that was given out.
What'd he get?
He ended up getting the key that was around Jack's neck that unlocked the briefcase from season 1, which probably means nothing to you guys.
Yeah, I never watched the show.
But super.
But if you're a super
freaking
nerd
cool.
for Lost, I'm sure
Not
that's a
just
big
super freaking cool to own like a piece like that's from the show, but he had a wearable piece. It wasn't like like for me, one of my things is one of the vehicles from a show or from a movie. Would I drive it all the time? I don't know.
Man, would you
Me,
imagine
probably.
owning Kit from Knight Rider?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. But like, what's the utility there after you put 150,000 miles on
you
the
don't
thing?
drive it. You just have people come over and look at it.
Yeah, that's why it was so cool that he got that piece because he could wear it. It was like a piece of jewelry. So he wore it to like the MTV Music Awards, So like people that knew were like, "Oh, dude, he's wearing the
Rafe,
the key."
If you were to own any TV or movie prop, what would you choose?
I think we talked about this like vaguely in passing one day, and it's tough. But I think the first Predator suit
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
from the movie Predator, because I would just put that in the foyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people walk in.
It's
Freak
in
people out.
It's in Joel Silver's office. When you walk into
It's
Joel
amazing.
Silver's office, right to the right, the first thing you see is the actual Predator.
All right, what would you own? Any movie or TV prop?
I would own a house. I would own like the house from Ex Machina or like the TV house from like 6 Feet Under, the funeral home house. Like I would want to have a house. I'd want to live in one of those famous homes.
I didn't know that was on the table.
Yeah. Well, I want the ranch from Nope.
I want Yellowstone.
Yeah,
Yeah, what the
Yellowstone.
house
I want the
Outrageous.
entire John Dutton Ranch from Yellowstone. That's the movie prop I want.
I mean, I would own the house. I'm technically.
I guess that
owning
is a
something.
movie prop.
Hey, you found an awesome loophole.
Yeah,
We're not
I like
picking
your
your
take.
yum. We're getting in on
All right, give me
this.
one
Yeah, we're all
piece
ranch
of
hands
movie or
now.
TV memorabilia you'd want to own.
Man, there's so many good ones. But I like Moon's argument where if you could have something like a necklace, something you could take it everywhere. But I think I would go with the ruby red slippers from The Wizard of Oz because
Oh,
they're made
yeah.
by Ferragamo, and
And you can wear them out.
you can wear them out. But no, it's just a cool piece.
He
'cause-
has the same size feet as Judy Garland.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew that or not.
yeah,
I did.
3.5 inches.
That
It's on your
reminds me.
Wikipedia page.
I totally forgot. We have some. I knew this dude who his family, and I was hanging out with his family. I forget what the circumstances were, but I think we were up on tour, and they were like kind of sheltering us, maybe let us sleep there. And his dad was like, "Hey, you want to see a spear?" And we're like, "Sure."
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, who doesn't want to see a
And
spear?
Brittany walked out.
No, you know what he brought out? The spear from The Wizard of Oz. He had two of the spears from Wizard of Oz that the
One of the Munchkins?
the ones they were like red or something. I think the monkeys at the end.
Oh, cool.
Oh, damn.
And
That's
they
cool.
were, and he had them as collectors, and I think he had I think he maybe had more than 2, and he sold one of them. But I mean, these things had increased in value because the rarity had increased because whatever had happened to some of the other ones. But that was a cool prop. I remember thinking.
All right, give me one thing.
Well, I already mentioned Marty McFly's truck from Back to the Future, and I would love that. But honestly, if it were one thing, it might be, I guess maybe the HAL 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey. If I could get the red HAL. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, is that a prop? Maybe that's not a prop. Okay, you know what? I'll say the Wonder Boy bat from The Natural.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
All right, I have a list of the 25 coolest movie props to own.
All right.
Indiana Jones's whip.
That's for sure on
Okay,
there.
that is...
A lightsaber.
Or his hat and whip, probably.
All right, hat and whip are together as number 13. Indiana Jones, hat and whip. So top 25 movie props to own.
OG lightsaber.
Yeah, lightsabers.
Specifically, Luke Skywalker's lightsaber is number 1 from Star Wars.
Gotta be.
Freddy Krueger's.
Nope.
Okay.
No, there's some cool ones on here. That
Oh,
that
Wilson.
I thought. Wilson from
Oh,
Castaway
good
is number
call.
6.
Yeah, because didn't that sell not long ago?
The diamond from Titanic.
That is...
Heart of the Ocean.
The Heart of the Ocean
Dang,
is number
good
9
call.
from Titanic.
What about more Indiana Jones stuff? What about the
Indiana Jones is gone.
done? Wow.
So.
Star Wars is done, too.
Hoverboard from.
Oh, yeah, the hoverboard.
Hoverboard from Back to the Future 2, not on there.
Michael Myers mask.
Whoa.
No.
William Shatner. by
That's
the
a
way.
good one.
Yeah.
Or the Jason Voorhees Goldie
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah.
Nope, not on there.
Any horror? Is there any horror stuff on there?
Yes.
Ooh,
So
what's
what
the
would be
horror?
on it?
Like the jigsaw puppet.
No.
Proton Pack from Ghostbusters.
Nope, that's not on there
Dang,
either.
that's a good one.
All right, so you'll
the
never
one.
you'll never guess the horror one.
The Rocket Man.
From the Evil Dead, the Necronomicon.
Yeah, it is cool.
What about the clock from Groundhog Day?
No.
The alarm clock.
What
Yeah,
about
that'd
Wayne
be
Campbell's
cool.
Wayne's World hat?
Nope.
I'd love to have
You don't like that
Mike
one,
Myers hat.
The clock is cool where he
The alarm
smashes the clock.
Yeah, it'd be so
Just of all the movie props, I was like, I don't know if that was going to make the list, man. I like where your head's at.
That's so
That would
cool.
be
I'm trying to think.
hilarious.
I'm trying to think of like little things that like
The
are
leg.
Well,
from
the leg lamp.
Oh, leg lamp.
Yes.
Leg lamp from Christmas Story is number
That's a
7.
good
The,
one.
the ruby slippers from Wizard of Oz was number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what? You know the ultimate one. Wait, do you have number 1 yet?
We already did number 1. Is Skywalker's lightsaber.
Okay, top 5. The One Ring to rule them all.
That is
Yeah.
number 3. That's number 3. The One
That's the
Ring from
prop
Lord of the
to own.
Rings. It's number
Okay.
3.
Oh,
Harry Potter's
dude,
broom.
One of my favorite.
There is something from Harry Potter, but it's not
His
the broom.
glasses.
one of my favorite
No, it's not
movies
the
of all
glasses.
time. The Babe Ruth ball.
That's number 25.
Yeah, yeah.
Babe Ruth signed baseball from Sandlot
That's
Yeah.
cute.
is number 25.
What about the watermelon from Dirty Dancing? Was that a prop? Was that a real watermelon?
Whoa, what's that?
What? What is that?
I carried a watermelon.
No, it's not on here.
I'm
Watermelon.
a Christopher Nolan total nerd, so one of the totems from
The totem from Inception
The spinning top?
is
Oh, yeah.
that is on here. That is
Well, I didn't think it would be on there.
on this list. Oh,
Keyboard-
the spinning totem from Inception is 21.
The keyboard from Big.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
The FAO Schwartz piano from Big is number 19.
What about the guitar strap from Dewey Cox?
Nope.
That should be higher. I still want one.
I know. I wanted
Not only
to go
did I
there
want
so
it as a
badly.
kid, I still want it as an adult.
All right, from Harry
that
Potter.
is so cool.
From Harry Potter, somebody mentioned Harry Potter. It's the
one.
sorting hat, which
Oh, the sorting hat.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
What about
Swingers party.
The pills from the Matrix?
Pills from the Matrix? Yes,
Yeah, baby.
number 17.
Trying to think of like
What about the briefcase from Pulp Fiction?
No,
Great
that was a
one.
good one, but that's not on here.
Coconuts from Quest for Holy Grail?
Nope.
that's pretty cool. What about Jurassic Park? The amber,
The amber,
the cane.
the mosquito and amber is number 15.
Okay.
Trying to think of blockbusters, like just cultural. Is there anything from Jaws? Probably nothing from Jaws.
About
the boat.
There's got to be something from the Batman movies, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
The
there's
nipple suit.
No.
Not the nipple suit.
That'd
I
be
was
stolen.
thinking, you know what I would be a cool one to have is Jack Nicholson's Joker's gun that says bang. when
That's
he
a cool
pulls
one.
the trigger.
Kevin McAllister's BB gun.
No.
Golden Ticket.
Golden ticket from,
Willy
yes,
Wonka.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, number 11.
What about the? And I always make this reference anytime somebody is talking about sleeping medicine or something like that. The zapper. I'm not sure what it was. There's some name for it, but the Men in Black.
The Neuralizer is number 14.
Yeah.
from Men in Black.
That would be such a great prop because you could pull it out and just do that, and everyone knows what that is.
What about a Jurassic Park Jeep?
Jurassic Park's off the table.
They make those.
I feel like
there's
this
one
is
for
not.
sale in Millstock.
Everything on this list is smaller. I feel like they're not. If vehicles are on here, there's a lot of.
All right, I'll go. Number 24 is the red stapler from Office Space.
Okay.
Oh, got it. Yep.
That's great.
The cigarette holder from Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen that.
That's number 23. Number 22 is the boombox from Say Anything.
Cute.
That's the one that John Cusack holds up.
Yeah, I'd like to have that.
We're missing the Mockingjay pin from Hunger Games, number 16. This shouldn't be on this list, especially like leaving Marty McFly's hoverboard off. The the lasso of truth from Wonder Woman is number 12.
What's wrong with that?
Nobody, get out. What are you?
I cried at Wonder Woman, man, and I'm not even into that stuff.
Silliness.
The
Silliness.
Maltese Falcon from The Maltese Falcon is number 10.
There are Marvel fans out there, or I'm sorry, there are comic book fans out there that haven't seen that movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about cultural phenomenon movies with pieces that were integral to the plot.
And I could see this. For
Get
number
outta
5.
here.
For number 5 is Captain America's Shield
Okay.
from the Marvel
Yes.
Cinematic Universe.
I
Number
can see
5,
I can see that. I can see that. I mean, it
then-
made its way into that entire show. Remember, it was the whole premise of the Falcon show.
And then number
thing.
4 is Rosebud
the whole
from
thing.
Citizen Kane.
Man, screw Citizen Kane. That movie.
I still
I'm
never seen
sorry.
it.
I
You don't
saw
like
it
it?
once. I saw it on Art on the Hill whenever they did the movies for free at Forest Park.
Oh, I also forgot McLovin's driver's license from Superbad.
All right, I'm into that.
Is number 18.
That's
So
awesome.
what? So you weren't into Citizen Kane?
I wasn't. Rosebud. Oh, get out of here. Nobody our age cares about that movie, and everybody's like, oh, it's the greatest movie of all time. Get out.
You're right, and I'm with you on that.
I had a blanket named Rosebud.
You just turned into me for a second.
I am. I'm
You
Lauren
really,
was-
you
yeah.
just channeled me.
I gotta tell you, that's the happiest I've been in a long time. Watching you like the movie Ghost, like she's Oda Mae Brown, and you just went into her body for a second. It's like, Sam wants to talk to you. Scott wants to talk to you. Ugh. Citizen Kane's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Nobody likes
that
Citizen
movie. It's
Kane.
stupid.
Overrated.
I do like it though, where Wonder Woman is amazing and Citizen
I
Kane.
love it.
Yeah.
What
It's
is?
a good combo.
Yeah. What is Rosebud?
It's a sled.
A sled.
It's a password, isn't it?
No, it's the sled.
It's a freaking toboggan.
It's the sled when he was taken from his mother,
I don't know.
and he was on the sled.
And he's on his deathbed.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Spoiler alert!
The
Dude,
movie's
it's
from the
100
1930s.
years old.
It's 1,000 years old. It's too late for you. I'm sorry. It's terrible. I'm glad I just ruined that movie for somebody. That makes me happy.
Well, yeah, that's the first bad review that I've heard in a while.
Would you want the toilet from Dumb and Dumber?
What about
I
Rocky's
would.
gloves?
Oh, yeah, something like that would be super dope.
But I mean, it's never. That's a cool prop, but it's not. It's not like that's not a piece of the story.
Rambo's knife.
Yeah.
That's a piece
Rambo's
of the
knife.
story,
That's a piece of
baby.
the story.
Might be the top one.
I would
might
also
be
want
the
the
top
dead
one.
bird from Dumb and Dumber, along with the
Yeah,
with
Petey?
the toilet.
Petey?
Petey.
Have you ever seen the alternate
Big
ending?
bird. What?
Have you ever seen the alternate ending?
Petey?
No.
There's an alternate ending to Dumb and Dumber that didn't get released, and the guy, after everything happens, they're leaving the hotel in Aspen, and he's like, "You guys are cool. Actually, I got a job for you. You want to stick around?" He's like, my nephew's coming to live with me, and I think you guys could be his caretakers." And they roll the kid up, and he's like,
Oh,
He
no.
recently went through a pretty bad trauma. That's the kid. It was Petey's kid in the wheelchair. And they're like, they refuse to talk out loud when he rolls up.
Oh man! If you're gonna do anything from Rocky, it has to be his shorts.
Oh, Apollo's?
Well, yeah, but I mean, even
Apollo's red, white, and blue.
maybe so. Yeah, Apollo's shorts or Rocky's Italian Stallion robe.
Italian Stallion
Oh, yeah.
robe or Apollo's whole Rocky IV, like Uncle Sam giant
Yeah, the
top
outfit.
hat. Man, that thing was dope.
With the vest.
Living
Yeah,
in America.
I want
And
the
hell.
luck dragon from Neverending Story, Falcor.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
in some dude's garage. You ever seen those photos?
No.
The guy
Yeah.
who like
That's cool.
stores them. I would love to have that thing.
Kind of sad.
Or the book.
It is sad.
Or the book. Or the Aran.
Oh, or
the
yes,
necklace.
or the cool pearl, the Empress's
On the Moonchild?
Yeah, like she's got the
We're
little
nerds.
pearl, dude. I used to put my grandma's necklaces on my head and walk around and be like, I'm the Empress.
All right.
Everybody, 3, 2.
That's it. One more, Scott, and then we're moving
Well, I was
on.
to say, I got to take a gal on a date when I lived out in LA, and she was in charge of the archives over at Universal for all the props and everything. And it was just so cool to pick her brain on everything, and the stuff
imagine.
that they have in there is unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm sure that was really a cool date. She's like, oh man, this guy's a nerd and just wants to know more about my job.
All right, today is November the 10th. Back in the day, 248 years ago, 1775, the U.S. Marines were born by an act of Congress during the Revolutionary War.
Happy birthday, Marine.
Simplify.
What are we celebrating?
What are we celebrating?
Celebrating the Marine Corps' birthday. The Marine Corps birthday.
Semper Fi. Semper Fi, baby.
Because Marines are not allowed to die without permission.
Happy birthday, United States Marine Corps.
Today, you are Marine.
Hoorah.
Showtime.
You know this song? To the shores of Tripoli. Happy birthday, Marines.
Scott, that wasn't about you either. I think any of us would have annoyed somebody with that job. We'd have taken the whole first date to just ask
that's
every question.
all any of our friends, anyone ever asked about.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, also, could you, when you're tired props, what do you do with those?
You're interesting, but tell me about your job.
120 years ago, 1903, we're moving on from props.
Yes, back to you.
120 years ago, 1903, a Birmingham, Alabama woman, Mary Anderson, patents the windshield wiper.
Thank you, Mary Ann.
Alabama,
Thank
sir.
you, Mary. 54 years ago, 1969, Sesame Street debuts on PBS, which I guess they're doing a new thing now where episodes air on HBO first and then air for free on PBS 9 months later.
Yeah, the vulgar episodes will be on HBO Max, and then they will edit them for children.
But the shows are now down to 30 minutes from it used to be an hour.
Man, what a great piece. What a great piece of our generation.
Sesame Street?
Yeah, man.
Loved it.
I mean, it was so
Loved
good. It was so good.
44 years ago, 1979, Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang becomes the first rap song to hit the Billboard Hot 100, entering the chart at number 84. That same day, the number one song, so Rapper's Delight was number 84.
Okay.
The Eagles were number one with what song?
84.
84. No, 1979.
Oh, 79, excuse
The
me.
Rapper's Delight was number 84 on the chart.
Okay.
This was the number one song by the Eagles, co-written by Bob Seger.
Oh,
Take
God.
It easy? I don't know.
I think Jackson
Lion
Brown
Eyes.
did Take It Easy, right?
So
No.
Bob
It's
Seger
not the obvious?
co-wrote this number one song with the Eagles.
It's not Hotel California
No.
or the
Take
obvious
it
ones.
to
No,
the
no, no,
limit. Oh,
Good guess. That sounds like a Seeger jam.
Oh
trying to
no!
think
When
of an
I
Eagles-
tell you what song it is, you're gonna go, "Damn, this is
Piano
could be
Man.
Bob
And I
Seger's-
bet you it's
Bob
going to be
Seger's
one of
song.
the only Eagles songs I like.
Piano Man.
not what you want.
Mandolin Rain.
No.
79.
Bomb Track.
79. No, stop it.
Life in the Fast Lane?
No. You want me to start singing it?
Please.
Can't possibly be Seven Bridges Road.
No.
Okay.
Sing what's the first word?
I don't know. I don't know the first word.
Oh, I
I
thought
know
you
the
were gonna
chorus.
sing it. Oh, do the chorus. Say it. What was
No, it's gonna be the song. It's Heartache Tonight.
Really? I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
Bob Seger was behind that.
That's got like a Seeger.
That's got a
backbeat on
Seger
it.
thing.
Somebody's
Wow, that's pretty
gonna
cool. I didn't know that.
hurt someone.
It's got an
Damn,
old time
that's a good
rock and roll
song.
feel.
31 years ago, 1992,
It's a good
Axl
song,
Rose was found guilty of inciting a riot at St. Louis's Riverport Amphitheater.
St. Louis sucks.
He was given a suspended sentence in order to donate $10,000 each to 5 different St. Louis charities. 22 years ago, 2001, the first iPad goes on sale. More than 400 million iPods have been sold since, but Apple has now all but pretty much phased it out because everybody's using their phone for music now. 19 years ago, 2004, Tom Hanks, The Polar Express hits theaters.
You did that with your kids down
Polar
at Union
Express?
Station?
I did.
Yeah.
I bet. Is it fun? I feel like parents like it as much as the kids do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we done
yeah,
it
it's
twice.
cool.
It was cool.
Pajamas? You wear the pajamas?
No, I don't wear the pajamas.
I never seen the movie. I never did.
Movie was cool.
Movie's good.
movie's
I
good.
saw the movie on the train, I think. Or
That was one of
at-
my favorite
at the station.
books as a kid, though. Man.
17 years ago, 2006, Jack Palance from City Slickers dies of natural causes at the age of 87. Remember, he did the one-arm push-ups during the Oscars?
Yeah. Curly.
He won.
Early.
Didn't he win?
He won for
Yeah.
City Slickers. 9 years ago, 2014, Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars unleash Uptown Funk. And 6 years ago, 2017, comedian Louis C.K. admits that the stories of sexual misconduct about him are true. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your grab on celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best. Flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com. 636-600-0188. The Rock was approached by several political parties last year about the possibility of running for president next year. He was on Trevor Noah's podcast, What Now? And The Rock said political parties started courting him after that. He says, I was really blown away, really honored by all the different polls that were shared. And he said, at the end of the year of 2022, I got a visit from the parties asking me if I was going to run or if I could run. But he added, my goal has never been to be in politics. As a matter of fact, there's a lot about politics that I absolutely hate. So that's not going to happen for us.
So no Rock. I'm still waiting for McConaughey to throw his hat in the ring.
I know. Like,
You know
what's
what?
going on with him?
He wasn't singing that tune last year.
No, I think he was dipping his toe. I
Rock
think
dipped his toe, and I don't think he liked the reaction he got, and now he's trying to play it
I think you're absolutely right.
'Cause I remember seeing some stuff where he's like,
Yeah, maybe.
No way. He's calculated about his image.
I'm just saying, I saw some stuff where he was like talking about running for president and, you know, got caught. Then they like called into question basically his entire wrestling career and like stuff he'd said on camera. And then he's like, oh, there's a different microscope for that than there is being a movie star. And I think he probably pumped the brakes.
Kim Kardashian has always been somebody that said, you know, you would never put a sticker on a Bentley, okay, about tattooing. She's never been one to, I'm never going to get tattoos. This is her body. This is her temple. She just doesn't want.
She don't have no tattoos?
It's a wonderland.
She does have tattoos, Rizz. In fact, she got an infinity symbol tattooed on the inside of her lower lip after she kissed.
Inside her?
This is surprising. After she kissed Pete Davidson on SNL, I guess the cast went out afterwards and they
got tattoos?
Got tattoos, and she was like, I'm not going to do it. And then she did. She got an infinity symbol on the inside of her lip.
And has she shown it off?
She has. The most recent episode of the Kardashians on Hulu, she gives you a little inside look.
Oh, my God. That's got to hurt.
Right. I'm very surprised. But also, great place to get one, I guess. if
We
you
had an
wanna hide
intern
it.
do that.
Oh, yeah. 9.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great. Now that the actors' strike is over, Sony has announced that the third Venom film starring Tom Hardy is going to premiere on November 8th of next year. Juno Temple and Chiwetel Ejiofor have joined the Venom 3 cast, and Sony's Spider-Man universe will also release Madam Web on February 16th.
The third.
And
they made a second Venom with Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Whoa, missed it. The first one, remember it came out, horrible reviews. People were
It was
bashing.
all right. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I think the first 15 minutes was like kind of weird and clumsy, but like after that, it kind of like I found myself very entertained. I love Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy's great. I thought it was good.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the second one, but
I didn't even know there was one. What was was that well received?
I think that was one of those. All these movies are coming out at the same. Like every month was a different
It's
Marvel
overload.
movie
Yeah.
or a different superhero movie, and it was like enough.
Yeah. Well, you have 3 to look forward to next year. Venom 3, Madam Web, and Kraven the Hunter.
I know Miss Marvel comes out, or what is it? The Marvels.
The Marvels.
The Marvels.
Yes.
Is out today.
Interest?
No. The boy's going. The boy's going to see it.
Let's see. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, 2021, 57%.
There you go. We touched on this earlier. David Letterman and Paul Schaefer are raffling off the old marquee from The Late Show with David Letterman to benefit Habitat for Humanity. The sign hung atop Ed Sullivan Theater for more than 20 years, and it could be yours. They're giving it away. It's 20 feet by 8 feet, and you can go to giveawaydave.com, and you can get in the drawing for a donation of $10 or more, and proceeds from every fundraise is going to Habitat for Humanity. Here's a little bit of audio with Paul and Dave.
Okay, Paul Schaefer.
Everybody, I'm Dave. They call me the Breeze Letterman. How you doing? My good friend Paul Schaefer. We're here to announce by the way, I'm also Giveaway Dave because we're giving away a significant piece from the old show and the Ed Sullivan Theater.
Yeah.
It's part of the marquee, and it's big, 8 feet by 20 feet, and it says Late Show with David Letterman. And you can have that.
actual piece from the marquee.
From the
it's
marquee.
huge, made out of
Significant
glass or fiber or something.
Yeah, plexiglass. And not only that, we'll get it to your home. And parenthetically, I have no idea why anybody would want this.
You can also meet those two if you win.
I like how he goes, it's made out of glass or fiber or something.
No, Paul. Everybody's saying that the lip tattoo is the least painful place to get it.
Really?
Inside of your lip.
Interesting.
Good to know. But you taste the ink for so long. I don't know.
Ew.
I'm not
Blisters, you get like.
I'm not doing
it.
it. Don't make me do it.
No.
Jared Leto is becoming the first. Well, he has become the first person to legally climb the Empire State Building. This happened yesterday. He went from the 86th floor to the base of the antenna at the top. He did it to promote the upcoming tour with his band 30 Seconds to Mars, which we announced will be coming through St. Louis. Thoughts?
Does his own stunts.
Yeah, I mean, cool. Cool. I mean,
It's very Tom Cruise of him, like you said, Moon.
Very
did it.
Tom Cruise.
He did it.
He's an adventurer, man. He loves that stuff. And
Now,
it's very cool. I mean,
would have been cool if he had no harness or ropes.
Oh, I don't know.
Real man would have done it that way.
Oh.
But, okay.
Get outta
I guess
here.
we're gonna go with safety.
Safety first.
What?
What's your Leto temperature?
Oh, I've been in love with Jordan Catalano since my so-called life. And my husband's even said that it's, out of all the men he's gotten to meet backstage at point events, that Jared Leto is the most beautiful man he's ever encountered.
He is beautiful.
Yes.
And he
So-
has the coolest house.
I feel...
He is that,
Certainly does.
and I feel like the more I know about him, the harder it is to like him.
I
And I
understand.
can't figure out what that is. I think maybe it's the cult stuff and the weird stuff I've heard
I
about.
think he's trying to
He's a
cultivate
showman.
an image
He's a
for
showman.
himself.
Yeah, it just feels very, I don't know. I'm trying to be open-minded about it. He is a beautiful man. I'd kiss him right on the lips. I would.
He did kiss me on the lips once.
He
That's
did?
great.
Yeah, he grabbed me by my face.
Wow.
In front of my wife.
What?
Yeah.
And then 2020 happened.
When is this tour?
Listen, that dude works crazy, crazy hard, and he has the most unique, amazing home I've ever been in. It is an old base that the Army used in the Manhattan Project.
That's sweet.
It is
So rad.
freaking
I
Of
think
course it
incredible.
is. But that's exactly where I expect Jared Leto to live.
Yeah.
Right.
It works.
But
It works.
I'd unfollow him on TikTok.
I don't know. It seems a bit thirsty to use something that the kids would use. He's a bit thirsty.
Yeah.
Dude works hard, man.
I'm sure.
He works
I'm
hard.
not
he's
cut.
great.
He's a great actor. I want to like him. He makes it very hard.
Yeah.
I hope we get to interview him when he's here, because I would like to know. Like,
We'll
I
get this-
want to witness.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
we'll
my
get you
words.
back. We'll get you back there with him.
let me witness what's going on.
We'll
in real life.
unleash Lern on Jared Leto.
Yes.
We'll find out.
I'll get to the bottom of that.
He doesn't know what he's got coming.
No, he does not.
I want to go and test my straightness.
Yeah. I
I
agree.
to be in his proximity and be like, man, I think I'm
Jake
ready to
on
go down on Jared Leto.
Jake on the instant feedback says, anybody get the cult leader vibes from Leto?
Yeah.
I think that's what he wants.
And I think that's what is off-putting to me. It feels
I think
really,
that's what he wants.
Real David Koreshi vibe going on.
For real.
Well, that was part of the fan base for a while too. Remember, they said this is a cult. Like that was part of. I don't know if that was a song name or something, but like that was a part of the one of the touring cycles for one of those records. Maybe the Kings and Queens record or something. Right? I mean, that's part
With
of
the
it.
flag waving and okay.
Anyway.
Next.
Rizz, you will get to finally see Kiss. They're going to air their final show, the End of the Road Tour, on Saturday, December 2nd, live from New York's Madison Square Garden. It will be on pay-per-view, though. So if you want to watch that from your house, you're more than welcome to.
How much?
Probably $20.
Oh, okay.
There's also, speaking of concert films, Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, arrives to theaters worldwide on December 1st. Harry Styles has shaved his head.
No.
What?
I should have done a trigger warning.
No.
Harry's hair is gone. He shaved his head, and
now he's just Styles.
he's just Styles. And, you know, a lot of people said that his beauty rested in his hair, and I saw this video of him and
they
his
were right.
girlfriend at the Sphere watching you, too, and he's still cute with the shaved
Got a weird head.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right. On the blog, we have all sorts of new releases, like, for instance, Bush is Loaded, the greatest hits 94 through 2023, contains all of their best-known tracks. There's all sorts of new releases and trailers, like the new Inside Out 2, which is going to be coming out in June of next year. Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling, they bowed out due to salary disputes.
I read about this. So did you read the specifics on it?
I didn't read the specifics on what they were wanting.
Okay, so
They just
Amy
wanted more money.
Poehler. So Amy Poehler is the star of Inside Out.
Yeah.
And Bill
She's
Hader
Joy.
and Mindy Kaling, they had, I forget what emotions they were.
They were, Bill Hader was fear and Mindy Kaling was disgust.
Okay, so Amy Poehler's making $5 million
To be
to
Joy.
be the voice of Joy.
Yeah.
They offered Mindy Kaling and Bill Hader $100,000, and they
Oh,
were
okay.
like, "No, thanks."
Yeah. Well, good for them.
$5 million versus $100,000.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, they have been replaced. So Tony Hale from Arrested Development and Veep, who we love, he will be playing
Buster.
Fear.
That's
and
awesome.
then Disgust will be played by a woman named Liza Lapira, who I wasn't familiar with her work. She's been in a lot of TV shows and smaller movies. But she sounds good. I watched the trailer, and your kids aren't going to notice. Like, it's not too far off. Like, the emotions will still be emoting in the way that you wish. And what's
I know I'm not going to notice because I'm not seeing it.
Are you kidding me?
I'm no Bill Hader, no Rizz.
What?
That's always been my stance.
Dude, this movie, Inside Out, wrecked me.
Even though Buster's
I
in it?
loved it.
That movie was phenomenal.
It was.
I
and-
remember adults like coming back and going like, "Hey man, heaviest movie I've seen all year is Inside Out." I
Yeah.
was like, what's that? And they're like, the new animated one. I was like, you went to see that alone? And they're like, yeah, man, it was probably the heaviest movie of the year
I was
for sure.
ugly crying at the end of that movie.
Dude, it is heavy. It was one of those where I was like, cool, I need a break. I can't watch this for another 6 months.
Well,
like, I
The
hope the
last
kids
heavy
don't want to repeat
cartoon
this
I
one.
watched was it was the jazz one with Jamie Foxx.
Soul.
That one's
put
heavy
me
too,
down.
boy.
Yeah.
That one put me
That's
down.
a good one, too.
Oh,
Is that the
man.
one? That's the one about the dad.
Yeah.
What's that?
Where he dies.
Yeah, and
Where
he's,
he
and
dies.
he's trying to get back to his dad.
Have you guys seen Coco? Because that puts Tim down.
Coco's a
Coco's
great
good.
one. That's
Coco will
excellently
wreck a
done.
man.
Soul. That
Wreck a man.
Soul. God.
Yeah, my son told me about Soul. He's like, Dad, you really got to see this movie. I think you would really like it. Like my son was telling me. And then when I watched it, I was like, son, what are you doing to me, man?
Oh.
That was heavy, dude.
Ah.
Well, Inside Out 2, which I will be seeing and crying in theaters if you want to join me, the newest emotion to join all of the emotions is anxiety. So this movie was built
That's
for
for
me.
you.
Can they
gonna be
replicate it,
great.
though?
Are you the voice?
I'm the voice, you guys.
Voice
I'm
of anxiety.
breaking
Do you
it
think,
here.
do you think they can replicate it? I mean, what they did was, I mean, they touched on such like a, not even nostalgia, but just like that need for callback and that like, you know, death of the past sort of thing. And
Your imaginary friend leaving you. So
the whole thing was so heavy.
Oh,
Can they
God.
repeat that? Can they repeat? I don't know.
I like a melancholy, I like a sad cartoon, you
Me
guys.
too. Me too.
Dude, I'll tell you what you want to know the last time that none of those movies made me cry, but I'll tell you one time that I was biting my lip, and that was I think it was Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
When they're,
Oh,
when they're in the incinerator.
Oh, yeah.
Bruh,
Oh, yeah. That gets a lot of people that scene.
that'll make a hard man tumble. Dude, that's like a night in Bangkok. It was, my heart was just like,
yeah.
I started to feel it shatter in my chest. It was wild. It's like, I got to get out of here. If these kids see me cry, I won't have dominance.
All right, you guys, speaking of dominance, let's perk up.
Okay.
The
All right.
best Tom Hanks movies of all time. I got a top 10. TheGuardian.com released this list. Prepare.
One at a time.
Did I
guys.
just mention one?
You said Bachelor. What was
Toy
it?
Story.
Toy Story. Toy Story number 2, all of them.
Okay, so they
All of
lump
them
all
are
the Toy
lumped in.
Stories.
Number 2
I
in
have,
Tom
I
Hanks.
have two. A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own, number 5.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, number 3.
Oh.
May I again?
May I get a turn?
Yes.
I'm going to say number 1 is Philadelphia.
That is number 10.
Oh, okay.
Good movie, but not number one.
Okay, I was just going for this is what they're going to say.
Oscar.
I'm going to say Catch Me If You Can.
Not on the top 10.
Castaway.
Not on the top 10.
Joe versus the volcano.
Not on
Moon,
the top
go ahead.
10.
Well, I had Castaway.
Oh, you said
Castaway
I didn't mean
was
to say. I didn't mean to say Castaway.
You meant the one with the songs.
I'm taking a turn.
That
Big.
thing you do.
That thing
Big.
you do.
Oh,
Number
that
8
thing
is
you do.
Big. Good job.
Number
Ray.
8.
Number 8.
I honestly thought that
I
was
didn't
going to
mean
be
to say
number 1.
Castaway.
You took it from me.
Too late. Negative 10 for Rizz.
Turner and Hooch.
I got negative 10?
Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
man, I got to climb
I
out of this
know.
hole.
What about that thing you do? That's not on
Yeah,
there?
that's
That thing
gotta
you
be
do,
on
not
there.
top 10. You guys are missing a huge one that is number 1. You're going to feel like an idiot.
Just give us a second.
No, it's the war one. It's
Oh,
Saving Private
Saving
Ryan.
Private Ryan.
Number 7.
Whoa.
You guys.
Forrest Gump.
Not Elvis.
Did we say that yet?
By the way, number 1, if you get it, 50 points.
Did anybody say Forrest Gump?
Forrest
did.
Gump
Yeah,
is,
it's
number
number
3.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was number
Okay.
3.
I said Big, Forrest Gump, which I thought would be 1 and 2.
The Terminal.
No.
If you say
Lady
Da Vinci
Killers.
Code,
No.
Road
you're-
to Perdition.
You're
No.
leaving the studio.
The Burbs.
The Burbs is a great movie.
Yeah,
Tell me the
Burbs.
Burbs.
Burbs, not top
There
10.
go the
The Money Pit.
goddamn brownies.
I know we're missing a huge one.
You're missing, the one that you're missing is, you're going to be like, oh my God. You're
Give
gonna
us a
do the-
second. That's
You're
going to
gonna give
piss
us a
me
year or
off.
something?
Oh, man. Is it?
Think about he won like 1 million Oscars in a row.
That was Philadelphia.
Forrest.
The remaining
Philly.
ones are all serious.
I'm the captain now.
Captain Phillips, number 9.
Oh,
Okay, I
1
finally
point
saw
for
that.
Rizz.
That's good, but is it better than Castaway? No.
You've got
No.
mail.
No.
Sleepless in Seattle.
No rom-coms.
Polar
We're going
Express.
serious. No.
Can you give us a decade, perhaps?
I'm going to give you number 6, the year 2015.
2015.
Was it the one where he was a politician? What was that one called? Where he was like the politician that stopped the war from happening?
Oh, Charlie Wilson's War.
No.
Yeah.
is it the
I'm
one
just
where he's on the
gonna- you guys are
moped?
gonna-
Apollo
no.
13.
No, I have to. Okay. go.
Apollo 13.
Oh, Apollo 13.
50 points for Moon.
No, that
Got
was the chat.
number 1.
That's
chat.
number 1.
Wow.
50 points for the chat. All right, let me give you the rest. So number 1 was Apollo 13, followed by the Toy Stories at number 2, Forrest Gump number 3, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood where he is Mr. Rogers, number 4, which was really good.
Green Mile?
Green Mile not on the top 10.
Dang.
Wow.
Number 5 was The League of Their Own. The last one you didn't get, number 6, Bridge of Spies. Saving Private Ryan, Big, Captain Phillips, and number 10, Philadelphia.
What's Bridge of Spies? That's the
don't know that one.
2015 one?
Yeah.
It's the 2015 one.
I have to
Bridge
look
of
that up.
Spies.
Bridge of Spies.
I love how Castaway was so good and so controversial and pissed so many people off. I remember being in the theater and people were like, some of us were like, wow, that was such a great ending. And the rest were like, oh, wow, that was stupid.
Why? Because they wanted him to get back together
That was
with the wife.
stupid. He was literally at a crossroads.
But he got together with the hot FedEx lady.
No, he didn't.
Or the truck lady.
No.
No,
he
nobody
didn't.
knows.
Oh, that's what I thought.
He sent her.
He just delivers her the message.
Yeah, and she sent
delivers
him.
the box.
She sent him on, and he stopped at the crossroads, and it literally ended at a crossroads. Oh, hello, curtain drop. Thank you very much.
All right, Moon, birthdays.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Zoe Deutsch from Zombieland 2, Vampire Academy, and Dirty Grandpa is 29. Taron Egerton is 34. Josh Peck from Drake and Josh is 37. Lou Ferrigno Jr.
Oh.
is 39. Miranda Lambert
Ferrigno Jr.
is
Mini
40.
Hulk.
Yeah, apparently he's on SWAT, whatever that is.
What?
SWAT. Diplo is 45. Eve is 45. Walton Goggins.
Heck
he's
yeah.
Mr.
The man.
Goggins.
Star in everything he does is 52. Warren G is 53. Ellen Pompeo is 54. Tracy Morgan is 55. Mackenzie Phillips is 64. Sinbad is 67.
Yeah, I wonder how he's doing, Sinbad. He had a stroke.
That's right.
He wasn't in great shape.
Yeah,
the
well,
last couple months.
Last time we saw him, he was having the back issues.
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
then he
back
had a
stuff.
stroke after that, and was touch and go for a while.
And the lyricist for Evita, Aladdin, The Lion King, Jesus Christ Superstar, and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Tim Rice is 79 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Sophia Rio. And today's birthday girl has been in 59 fine films, including 3 for Me, None for You. She was in Anal Town, USA, 7 and 8. Anything for a Buck. In a movie called Crew Sluts. The Girls of Anal U. Nothing Like Nurse Nookie. Fillmore Butts Strikes Gold. She was in Overtime 64, Ass-tastic. And Who Can Forget a Role? I forgot I wrote this one down.
Oh.
Caught yourself by surprise, huh?
And Who Can Forget a Role? And we're just so close to the holidays. In 1996's Santa is Coming All Over Town.
Santa Claus is coming.
All over town. He's coming to your house. He's coming to your house. He's coming to
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better pick
I'm out
up.
of here.
He's hey.
I got to get out of here.
He does go down the chimney.
He's going to be everywhere.
It's everywhere.
You're getting in on this too, Scott? Oh, man.
Sophia Rio is 59 years old. Do
It's gonna be White Christmas.
you remember I was laughing to myself yesterday
Yes.
in the office?
And
That's what
it was. You're getting in the holiday spirit, buddy.
Yep.
I like that for you.
Porno birthday, crappy birthdays. That was your crap on celebrities. All right, we got to regroup here. Take a break. We'll come back with Rafe Williams and this week's E Memoriam. Welcome back to the program. We got Rafe's E Memoriam coming up here in a second. All right, so when does everybody's Christmas trees go up?
Already up.
Yours are already up. Okay.
Already up.
Sunday.
Not early? You don't think that's early?
It feels a little bit early, but it kind of made sense. My wife was breaking down the Halloween stuff, and I was out of town at the time, and she was like, I think if the kids are into it, we may just do the full transition.
Like fully decorated Christmas tree? Like with all the tinsel and everything?
Okay, so I will take that back. The tree is up. The lights are on. It's one of those pre-lit ones anyway.
Yeah.
The lights are on, but the boxes of ornaments, it still has
it's
yet to be
halfway up.
adorned. But all the other stuff, the whole house is Christmased out, garland around the, what do you call it, banisters and all that kind of stuff. So it's,
All right, so you're
Christmased
halfway
out
there.
except for the ornaments.
You know, Christmas seems to start earlier and earlier, every year. Supermarkets and shops, stacking the shelves with the Christmas food and decorations in September, even August, and seasonal advertisements start popping up on TV in October.
For us, it's about convenience. We never really had like a set date. Do you guys have set dates?
Yeah, mine's November 1st, but we were out of town this year for November 1st, so we still have not done it this week, but we're going to probably either later today or tomorrow morning.
So one expert says there is a certain date. What's the best time to decorate the tree?
What do you mean expert? What the hell are they an expert in?
All things Christmas, man.
Oh.
Okay, fine. Santa Claus.
Oh, so, okay.
This is Santa
An
SC
SC
Does the
expert.
X represent?
I understand. I understand.
One expert. I don't know what makes you an expert on this.
I need, I asked the question, you had the answer, so I get it.
Santa Claus. So one expert has revealed when the best time to decorate the tree is, and it's probably much more realistic for the majority of the population who like to get Halloween out of the way before even contemplating the stress of Christmas. So Advent traditionally starts on the fourth Sunday before Christmas, which this year is Saturday, December 3rd. And the experts at Christmas Tree World would recommend this is a great day to bring out all the boxes of ornaments, everything, bring out the tinsel.
Wow, but
start decorating the tree.
But you're only getting like 22 days.
Perfect. That's enough.
Is it? Oh man, I don't.
That's enough.
I'm not even Mr. Christmas here. You know that. You guys always called me the Grinch.
Listen, I'll say
I'm the Grinch.
Right after, once Santa makes an appearance at the Thanksgiving Day parade, right at the end, it's officially Christmas season.
At your house.
And it should be everybody's house.
You know what?
And everybody who does it before is wrong.
Oh.
How about that?
How about those?
I'm not speaking for my wife.
How about them apples?
I'm not speaking for my wife here, but I feel like this might be a part of the. It's part of my theory why it's starting to get a little bit earlier for us. We kind of hate winter more and more every year. We're starting to develop an appreciation for it, but that's basically just like a symptom of our real hatred. You know what I mean? Like it's like we're trying to counter it by being a little bit positive and telling each other, positive, uplifting things about the winter. But I think we just hate it more every year. So I think the Christmas spirit is kind of the only thing we can maybe try. We're just trying to like fill the void a little bit, you know? Like the winter sucks. The winter here sucks. Like there's why are we pretending it doesn't?
You know what? Here's what I tell my family. Oh, you don't like winter?
Uh-huh.
Get over it. Spring's around the corner.
Aww.
It is. And guys,
see, there we go. You bring them down and then you encourage them.
And I hate to be the liberal right now, but you better enjoy these winters because, guys, in about 20 more years, winter's not going to exist. We're going to be in a fiery pit of our own existence.
There we go.
Thank you. Back to you.
Or a permanent winter from nuclear war.
Right.
That's
either
true.
way, right? Okay.
Glass half
All right.
full.
You gonna tell me though that there's many consolations to winter in St. Louis?
I don't know. I like being inside. I like winter as an excuse to stay inside.
You don't even know that it's winter outside because you're inside.
No, I
That's
feel
a
like
good
if
point.
it's spring or summer and the weather's nice, people like you, Lern, are on social media going, you better get outside because it's nice out. And I feel some kind of societal pressure.
Oh, wow. I've never done that.
I have seen you do that.
Like I'm out back with my cats because they want to be outside. And I'm like,
I've seen you on Twitter or
I
something.
do like laying out.
Say, why are you inside or something like that? You should be outside.
Man, didn't know it hit you so hard,
Oh, it
buddy.
hit me hard. Never forget.
Never again.
I just feel like
Never again.
After a month or two,
And I felt like going, don't tell me what to do.
the house being filled with the kids, like everybody just gets bored and like goes half comatose.
I'm fine with that.
This is what you gotta do. Can I just say how I get through the holidays?
Yeah, please.
Or the winter time. I'm very melancholy. I'm going in my Alice in Chains and a Perfect Circle phase. I'm in the season right now of those two bands, which is awesome. I love them both. And then I'll watch 6 Feet Under, and I will dive deep into my depression. I'll have a hot toddy, you know. We used to have a fireplace at our old house. We don't have that with our new house, and that was like the one thing that like really got me through.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you just got to put on a onesie and like burrito up and watch and
That's
cry.
right.
Yeah, we do the
Be an
fireplace.
adult and get over it.
We do the fireplace in Game of Thrones. You got SAD, the seasonal effectiveness
Yeah, I got
disorder?
that.
I think we all do. I think we all do too.
Not this guy.
To a certain extent. And this
Sad
city,
all the
and this
time.
city does, or this climate right here doesn't make it easy. And I'm happy that we found our shows. We did start Game of Thrones a little too
I
early
have
this year.
seasonal
I do
anger
like
disorder.
hiking in the winter, oddly enough.
I do too, but
I
not everybody
love it.
does. It's really hard to get the kids out
Well,
and
listen,
get them enjoying it.
If you have your tree up before Santa makes an appearance, you're wrong. Santa Claus is mad at you.
He's made his appearance at Bass Pro.
Expect coal in your stocking this year,
You know what's cool to do?
and y'all could suck it if you think I'm
Go
wrong.
have a hot photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's like everything's dead outside and like the snow's out. Get a photographer. Go look hot and just have a photo shoot with yourself. And it'll make you feel warm and good.
in the cold?
Yeah, I put on my furry boots.
Oh,
And
Get a
that's
cute
it.
jacket.
Put on my furry boots,
Furry
cute
boots.
jacket. I'm out
Thanks.
there. Let's snap some photos. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to say goodbye to some people.
Indeed it is. A few people in the chat that hate this segment we're saying goodbye to right now. For those of you that don't know, the E-Memoriam is a segment we created to say goodbye to people who hate everything. Things we say, things we do, things we didn't say that they just perceive we might think. We get emails, messages, and sometimes we're a little over the top on the show, and it's a merited apology. But whatever it is, it all goes in the E-Memoriam, and the E-Memoriam is brought to you by Hughes Funeral Alternatives. Discover Aquamation, the natural, gentle, eco-friendly alternative to fire-based cremation.
I mean, there was a gentleman, Lern, earlier, who did not, and we'll have to say goodbye to him, did not appreciate you saying that you didn't like Citizen Kane.
Well, this is for you, buddy. Buckle up.
Yeah, he might have been part of the crew or something. He was so upset.
I mean, this guy was upset.
It was the ghost of Herman Cain. First up in this week's E-Memoriam, farmers.
Oh.
We upset a few of those hayseeds holding time hostage when we protested the usefulness of rolling back the clocks. Well, farmers clinging to daylight savings like overalls on a scarecrow, this one's for you. We get it, you love the extra hour like a stadium country music star loves to sing about a tractor that he has no idea how to start or drive. But come on, it's 2023, it's not the Dust Bowl era. Your combines have heated seats, air conditioning, and Sirius XM radio, for Christ's sake.
Very true.
It's true.
Even your roosters are wearing Apple Watches at this point. You're tilling fields, you're not navigating the Pacific by stars. GPS has been invented, and spoiler alert, it works regardless of what the clock says. So maybe it's time to trade that almanac for an algorithm and join the rest of us in the time zone where the only thing we're farming is Wi-Fi signals. As we say goodbye, don't forget to set your clocks, and don't let the barn door hit you in the ass on the way out as we spring forward into the 21st century without you. Bye-bye. Holiday lovers, but mostly Mama Jill
Oh, no.
and the in-laws whose names have been omitted for their own protection.
Sorry, Mom. Here we go.
The holiday drama with Lern's Mama Jill and the in-laws. We created this week when Lern revealed that she wants to swap out your festive family feud for a peaceful trip away in 2024. Guess the Yuletide guilt trip is canceled this year, huh? Well, Jill, listen. Your daughter loves you to the moon and back. She's told me on more than one occasion what a wonderful relationship y'all have, but you and the in-laws are clinging to Christmas like Lern's cats cling to her curtains high on catnip. It's not about you guys. It's about her choosing a relaxing, romantic getaway. Oh, dearest Jill and the in-laws, let's not beat around the wreath. Lern's trading your tinsel-tangled eggnog slosh living room for the crisp serenity of a romantic mountaintop escape. She's saying goodbye to that crock pot full of dry turkey and saying hello to a hot tub full of wet sinning.
Wet Tim, huh?
Hey.
Wet Tim and
Wet Tim.
Yeah.
oh, Tim the season
There's
to
your
be
photo shoot.
horny.
Yeah, there's your photo shoot, your winter photo shoot.
That's right.
It's not that she doesn't love you. It's just that the call of the wild is a tad more appealing than the call of Uncle Ron to pull his finger for the 39th year in a row. Her ditching the family gathering isn't a tragedy. It's a Christmas miracle, or a Bologna Day miracle at least. Designed especially for her. It's only 1 year. You can keep your stockings hung by the chimney with care and maybe stuff them with a little understanding this year. As we could all hear her say as she drove out of sight, kiss my ass. I'm going to the mountains tonight.
Just blazing.
Next up, Thanksgiving stuffing lobbyists. To the die-hard stuffing lobbyists who've been stuffing ballot boxes with breadcrumbs, your gravy train of dominance has been mashed by the rise of the humble potato. It's like you were running unopposed in the Thanksgiving election, and suddenly mashed potatoes launched a grassroots, or should I say a dirt roots campaign, dethroning stuffing as the number one side at Thanksgiving. Stuffing had its reign, but let's be honest, it's soggy, wet bread with identity issues.
It's true.
Think about it. You've been the incumbent side dish for ages, comfortably nestled next to the turkey, thinking you're the untouchable starch of the show. But oh, how the tables have turned, my friend. Or should we say, been set. Now mashed potatoes have surged in the polls, smoother than a career politician and more buttery than a backroom deal with an arms dealer. Stuffing, you've always been a bit of a political animal, haven't you? Packed with the secret ingredients like a super PAC's agenda or a pork barrel spending earmarked, and nobody knows what the hell's going on in there. But the people have spoken, and they're yearning for change and for something a bit more mashed. So let's give a round of applause to the stuffing lobbyist. Your campaign was as stuffed with surprises as your dish is with herbs, but it looks like this year the potato has won the popular vote in the Electoral College of Grandma's Kitchen. Better luck next year, Thanksgiving. Sorry, you turkeys, we would say take your outrage and stuff it up your ass, but we know you're going to do that anyway.
Bye, stuffing. I still love you, though.
Yeah.
It'll still be on the table.
You'll still be on the table.
Really, I want to say, please don't leave stuffing.
We don't mean it, stuff.
I didn't mean it, stuffing. It was a moment of weakness, stuffing.
It does have enough.
I love you both dearly, actually.
Yeah, and I don't want potatoes mad at me either, really, honestly.
Everybody stay on the table.
We just be a throuple. It's all hot.
There's room for everyone.
There's room for everyone. Stuffing, taters, put your keys in the hat. Put your keys in the sorting hat. Next up, white nights for Captain Pork Steak.
Oh.
I made it into my own in memoriam this week. Sort of. To the noble defenders of Rafe, rallying like overzealous knights when Rizz unleashed his on-air tirade for me being 4 seconds late coming back from a commercial break. Oh, how you've mistaken our studio for a medieval battleground, sending my boss horrible messages about what a piece of crap he is and how mean he is and how he needs to go to anger management
It was
classes.
more than 4 seconds, by the way, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
It was 3 seconds.
No.
You Don Quixotes donned your virtual armor, ready to joust with windmills, thinking you're in some heroic saga defending my honor, and I do appreciate it, but to those who cried foul and injustice, did you really think our airwaves were a court of honor? It's a circus, baby, and I'm a lion, not a monkey. Unlike most of our emailers, I can handle a few heated words. I'm not made of glass. I'm made of tougher stuff, like good humor and the ability to roll with the punches. Sure, Rizz's unhinged, completely unmerited rant was as unjust as wearing socks with sandals, but hey, I got thicker skin than an info rhino's penis.
What?
That doesn't give Rizz a free pass. Think about it. That doesn't give Rizz
warranted, by the way, so...
That doesn't give Rizz a free pass to go full medieval on me. Of course, it was kind of like watching a garden gnome attack a bulldozer. Cute and sometimes...
Is that a size joke?
Uh-oh.
It's cute, and sometimes he has to lash out at someone because God saw fit to let him be born without shins.
This is true.
He was clearly joking around, guys, albeit the frothing at the mouth and waving the knife around was a little over the top, but it makes him feel like a big, big man. He's sitting on a stack of phone books over there, and sometimes he gets a little insecure about it. I mean, sure, I did crawl under the desk in King Scott's office and cry in the fetal position after Scott Napoleon Rizzuto drew a picture of a giant pile of feces on a piece of paper he labeled, quote, fat turd, and pointed at it and whispered, "Hey, Rafe, this is you," which it seems a little overkill, considering the circumstances that I was only 2 seconds late.
Now it's 2 seconds.
Now it's 2 seconds.
But not a huge deal.
Seeing a pattern.
Not a huge deal. Sure, Lern and Moon had to leave a trail of mini donuts like the movie E.T. to get me back in the studio and out from under Scott's desk, but it was fine. I felt safe because Rizz wasn't in here. Because he was down in the parking garage slashing my tires and pissing in my gas tank.
Again.
Again.
He loves that.
Well, let's get this straight.
Message received,
His
right?
go-to.
Message received. And I'm a big boy, not a delicate flower wilting under Rizz's verbal sunshine. You're acting like he's treating me like a damsel tied to the train tracks, and Rizz is twirling his mustache. This isn't a silent film, guys. It's radio, baby. So, dear defenders, maybe holster your virtuous indignation and save it for a cause that truly needs it. Because here we're all about the banter, the push and the pull, the give and the take. And trust us, I'm giving as good as I get. I rented out Rizz's Jeep today for a giant gangbang, and it's happening right now.
Y'all can go to hell, by the way.
Bye-bye, Rizz.
Bye, puppy.
Next up.
How did it turn on me?
Yeah, it was Rafe getting kicked out, and now it's you.
Bye-bye, Daddy.
It was the White Knighters.
Bye-bye, Daddy. Bye-bye, White Knighters. Daddy's fine. I still love my daddy. Ugh, that one made me feel weird. Next up, Chaz, the Colorado Shroom-mate. The Colorado Hospital, where they swapped stethoscopes for kaleidoscopes, a true pioneer in the field of psychedelic science, or should we say hallucinogenic healthcare. Bruh, you're doing too much, bruh. No cap. We pissed some people off that love shrooms when we said we didn't think that it was necessary to have a Colorado hospital where you could just go to trip, even though Lern does want to go.
Yes.
How could you be upset with that?
We're sorry, Chaz. The self-proclaimed shaman of the shrooms who thought hospital corridors were his own personal journey through the spirit world. Groovy, man. Your version of bedside manner involves a lava lamp and the Grateful Dead greatest hits playing softly in the background. And hey, Chaz, good for you, buddy. You think the term ER means ego reduction. Where the only thing tripping more than the patients in your ER are the lawyers stumbling over the liability risks. It's like someone saw the Hippocratic Oath and said, hey, let's add more colors, dude. Good job, Chaz. We thought healthcare was about healing, but you think it's about finding a spirit animal while watching the ceiling tiles melt together. The ICU needs an electric defibrillator, Chaz, not an electric Kool-Aid acid test. Come on, buddy. You've certainly expanded minds, if not medical credibility. Next time we need a checkup, we'll make sure our insurance covers trips to other dimensions. Until then, peace out, brother. See you on the other side. And finally, this one hurts. We got to own it. Native Alaskan people.
Oh, yes.
We really stepped in it yesterday.
Inuit.
When, despite Dear Moon's warning that Eskimo was no longer the preferred nomenclature, 7 or 8 times, we slipped up and used it about 45 times. We sealed our own fate and harpooned ourselves, and we learned a valuable lesson.
That's right.
Moving forward, we will try to use more eglusive language.
Yes.
Thank you.
We will. We're learning. We're always
We're learning. We're all learning. We're all growing.
listening and we're learning.
Moving forward, it is the Rizz. Moving forward, it is the Rizz Show's solemn vow to always eat Inuit pies, always give Inuit kisses, and if we find out we bang the same girl, we shall ever refer to each other as Inuit brothers. Feels good to grow.
Yeah.
We're growing. We are listening.
And there were, I hate to jinx it, there were no real RIPs this week. We didn't lose anyone that I noted.
You know what? We did lose somebody. We lost. We lost, and I forget his name, Moon, the guy who played the referee in the final Karate Kid scene at the beginning of at the end of the movie.
What?
Oh, man.
You're reaching for RIPs here.
No. This guy was, I believe his name is Pat E. Johnson. He portrays the referee in The Karate Kid, and he's not necessarily a household name, but in the martial arts world, this guy, absolute legend. Ninth degree black belt in American Tang Soo Do.
Dang.
And he was a member of the Hall of Fame there, the North American Sport Karate Association Hall of Fame, and he's the guy who taught him the crane kick.
Well, then I stand corrected. Rest in peace, Pat My Johnson.
That guy's responsible.
You know which guy I'm talking about? He's got the with the
Yeah,
I do. I know exactly what you're
sweet.
talking about.
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
He
Pat.
missed an illegal kick.
Yeah,
being
it's
at
that's
the
right.
crane
Yeah.
kick.
Terrible referee.
Sweep the leg, Pat. Sweep the leg in heaven. And that concludes this week's In Memoriam, brought to you by Hughes Funeral Alternative.
Thank you, Rafe. Appreciate that. Say goodbye to a lot of people. That guy, yeah, Pat E. Johnson.
Kind of has a Freddie Mercury vibe.
He does.
Freddie Mercury could kick your ass.
time for a Friday Fail Story. Yeah. So all these people thought they had a perfect plan, but my God. Somewhere along the line, that perfect plan went sideways.
Yeah.
And it became Uber. And Ultra.
Yes.
Dare I say it?
Do not you dare.
Mega. Oh, yeah.
Failed.
All right.
You sounded great, boss.
That's for everyone here. Thank you,
Feel
guys.
good.
Thank you, guys. And your Friday Fail Stories are sponsored by...
Sponsored by Moritz Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
This is, I guess, a corporate fail. Kmart has pulled some festive handbags after receiving complaints about them referencing the war in the Middle East. What is a handbag? A handbag is apparently something that could be used to keep a holiday ham fresh in the fridge. So, Kmart was selling handbags in Australia that said Merry Ham-MAS. Merry Ham-ass.
Ham-ass. Oh, like Hamas. Okay.
Yeah, they featured Christmas trees, holly, red and green lettering, but a local Jewish group politely suggested since Hamas looks like Hamas. Now, the group admitted they didn't think it was intentional and even that it was, it's potentially funny, but they also said it's, quote, really not a good look. Kmart agreed, pulled the handbags, and said, we got it wrong on this occasion and we apologize. When designing this product, we clearly didn't think through all the implications. They didn't say it, but they were probably designed before the war broke out last month when Hamas wouldn't have been on, the top of mind to everybody. But kind of
failed.
Yeah, as far as a fail. Yeah.
Ooh, we'll just put those in the back room for a while.
Ham-ass. The California Highway Patrol tried to pull over a Ford Mustang for speeding on Saturday afternoon, but the car led cops on a chase. The driver turned out to be an 18-year-old named Marcus Burton, no relation to Jeff. Coincidentally, he had what looked like a license plate that said, "Will run." It turned out that it was just a sign covering the actual plate. Chase hit speeds over 100 miles an hour. It ended when the Mustang collided with an SUV carrying a family, including a kid. Thankfully, nobody was seriously hurt. The driver of the Mustang was booked on several felony charges. It's a miracle that no one was badly hurt in the crash. There is a video of the crash online, and it's terrifying. The Mustang was obliterated.
Failed. You're lucky you're not going away for murder.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I do like this one. There's some audio to go along with this. So a Wisconsin homeowner was cited for disorderly conduct after a Halloween clown prank went sideways. So the homeowner had a family member enter the home dressed as a clown to scare a group of teenagers who were there on an overnight. And then one of the teenagers called 911. So here is the 911 call, and then a parent getting on the phone to apologize to the dispatcher.
There's a clown inside, like an actual clown inside the house right now.
Do you know who it is?
No.
Is there anybody else inside with him?
So they kind of pretended to break into the house to terrify these girls. Wow. And the girls freaked out.
Sure.
Obviously, somebody is dressed as a clown, and they're teenagers, and they called 911.
My friend's parents.
Okay.
Just get here as fast as you can, please.
We're okay. We're just playing a joke. Sorry they called you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they called 911.
Well, I didn't know my daughter had a friend on the phone. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
and you still got to send somebody.
Yeah,
over.
they still sent somebody.
Okay.
And
I was like, hey, what if this is the clown
joking around?
Well, not joking around, and like just grabbing the phone and being like, oh yeah, sorry, this is my daughter.
That's what I mean.
You better send somebody over.
And yeah, the parents were cited for misusing 911.
Failed.
Good on those girls for knowing exactly how to get that phone out and dial help.
A man was arrested in Illinois after authorities found cocaine during a routine traffic stop. Cops on Sunday were patrolling the area near I-57 over in Williamson County, which is down near Carbondale.
Hell yeah. That's Rafe and Lern country.
Shout out to Williamson County, guys.
Nice.
Shout
Doing
out.
cocaine down to Williamson County.
Shout out to Cuckoos,
Cuckoos, yes.
So the cops were on patrol, and they saw a suspicious guy standing near some gas pumps at a rest stop. So the guy had Texas license plates, and when the cops pulled into the parking lot, this person tried to hide, like by ducking, like idiot.
Whoops. What a vast difference. Equal distance on the other side of the border, and it's meth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like on that, but over there is cocaine?
Yeah, that's what
Oh, no, there are plenty of meth down there, dude,
Yeah.
too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
there's
was saying, like,
plenty.
wow,
There's probably somebody celebrating a birthday.
what a world of difference.
So-
one hour that way, 1 hour this way.
Cops pull into the lot, and this guy was like all shady, like tried to hide, obviously.
Yeah.
Acting nervous. Another guy came out of the rest stop's convenience store, and they pulled away. Cops followed. Moments later, the dummies in the car made an illegal U-turn, which was enough to give cops a reason to pull them over. Suspecting they were hiding something in the car, a canine unit was brought in, and yep, Pooch got hit on something. Inside a Wendy's bag and inside a cheeseburger, 2 ounces of cocaine.
Inside the cheeseburger. See?
Wow.
Failed.
We told you it's addictive, them cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
We told you. There's something in it.
Cocaine toppins.
Yeah,
Both idiots
didn't
taken
Morgan
right to fail
Spurlock, prove this point? In the burger.
Yep.
You know what? They'll never find it. Put it on the patties.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, of course the dog hit the cheeseburger.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Their thought was, the dog will never find drugs.
Right. In between the pickles and the mustard.
You don't think the cops thought of that?
Well, I don't know. Honestly, now that you're saying it and kind of illustrating it, thinking about the dog hitting me like, oh, dude, it's a cheeseburger. Come on.
And what if the cops with the dog there, like they see, Rover going for the Wendy sack, like do they think like, oh, is the dog wanting the cheeseburger? And that's what, because that's probably what these criminals were like thinking, oh, they're going to think that it's just hungry.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll be able to, pass that off
Right.
as a mistaken hit.
A man was arrested for shooting fireworks at a helicopter.
Oh,
This happened in Georgia last month. The guy lives near a 12-acre wedding venue, which includes a helicopter pad in the middle of a large pond. It's common for weddings to end with a chopper whisking the newlyweds away to their honeymoon, like a dramatic, like, see you guys.
Wow.
Like
And
blue
then-
eyes.
So this guy has had a beef with the venue for 15 years. And this man was known to local authorities, but he took things a bit too far this time. So when he shot the firework, the bride and groom were aboard the helicopter. Fortunately, it missed. Nobody was hurt. The man was charged with terroristic threats and acts. The venue has had this guy arrested at least once before for disorderly conduct.
Failed.
what was he shooting specifically?
Mortars, I think.
And I think he was charged for bad aim as well.
Yeah. To anyone who treats their Uber driver like a therapist or legal counsel, there is no Uber driver passenger privilege, just so you know.
Are you serious?
Last Friday, 41-year-old guy in Maine named Kevin Gray ordered a ride share to a TJ Maxx. Then he blabbed to the driver about how he was planning to steal from the store, how he had warrants for his arrest, and then he showed the driver the drugs he had on him.
What is that? What is that about the bragging rights of warrants that people go around and,
I got warrants.
hey, stranger. Hey, nice to meet you.
Hi.
I'm Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Warrants for my arrest. Warrants for my arrest.
You wanna hear about 'em?
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll tell you. Even
The
if you don't.
driver dropped Kevin off and immediately called the police. Cops showed up and found Kevin. They knew who he was because this was his 12th arrest of 2023,
Wow.
which means he's ahead of an arrest per month pace.
Is it
which
like the sash in Cub Scouts? You know, he's trying to get merit badges. Like it's just,
Do you think he's going to rate that guy
Chilling
poorly
it.
for being a snitch?
There isn't a full rundown of his rap sheet, but it sounds like they're mostly theft related. But idiot,
Failed.
They're mostly idiot related.
man, I got a couple more for you. Whew. This story: when you leave your car with a valet at a hotel, you toss him your keys, you go about your business, right? You're not expecting the car to be taken out, right? Like on the road. No. Just like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
You expect it to be parked, and then the keys to be put in a little cabinet, and then when you go, here's your ticket.
To be fair, I've never had a car that's probably worth taking out.
Well, a hotel valet meant to be parking the super sweet Audi RS7 at a Baltimore hotel. He decided to take the car out on a joyride.
Wow.
And he probably would have gotten away with it had he not been carjacked.
Whoa.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a dope car. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a dope car.
Here's one with 30,000 miles for
That is
$60K.
So the valet drove the car from the hotel to a nearby convenience store for a car meet. The valet said that he was sitting in the back seat. 3 people jumped in the car, flashed a handgun, and goodbye. Stole it. Police wind up finding the car abandoned and pretty much totaled. The whole body of the Audi was destroyed. Cops said they couldn't even open the doors.
Holy crap. Hey, just to put it in perspective, look at this. Here's one for sale in St. Louis. It has 30,000 miles. It's $104,000.
Yeah, it's a sweet car. There was also a full can of gas spilled in the car. The front bumper ripped off. The front suspension was collapsed. Valet arrested and charged for stealing the car, and the other thieves are still at large.
Dang. Failed. Fancy pants. Look at that.
Oops.
Did he tip him?
Good question.
Yeah. Good question.
Here are your keys. That's all that's left.
Sorry about the gas.
And finally, pull off the perfect crime and no one ever knows your name. That said, Jeremiah Charles is 19 years old.
Oh, okay.
2 first names.
Know him.
He carjacked a Lyft driver in Miami last month and drove off in her Toyota Corolla. And she says he started punching her from the backseat until she got out.
Damn.
Thankfully, she's all right. That's a nightmare. And we've all seen him. The videos from inside the car where the back passenger just starts pummeling or, pulling a gun on the driver. I mean, you're facing forward.
You gotta stay on the road.
Well, you're also defenseless.
That's what I mean. Like, you can either crash or get out,
Well, again, his name is Jeremiah Vernon Charles, and I know that because he ordered the Lyft under his own name.
Nice. I like his style.
He stole the car after booking a ride through the app. So the driver just gave the cops his info, and that's how they tracked him down. They arrested him at his house, found the car parked a block away. Jeremiah denied everything but claimed, I didn't even take a Lyft that day. But they had the records. A community center security cam also got him on video, facing charges for robbery and carjacking. Idiot.
I did look it up, and that car is really sweet. That's one.
The Corolla?
Yeah, that's the one, the carjack right there.
Those are your Friday fail stars. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Is Sarah Tiana here? I know she was down at
I think
down the hallway.
I think she's in the building.
She's in the building, but we'll take a break. We'll come back. Maybe some of your emails and maybe Sarah Tiana. She is part of the Flyover Comedy Festival. Tonight, she is at the Hot Java Bar on Manchester at 8 o'clock. It's great meeting somebody for the first time and doing a commercial about how I have low T immediately.
Dude, I'm your age, so
It happens,
like,
okay?
What is this? Oh, it's for dudes.
1978?
Yeah, 78.
Oh, we got 2 1978s in here. Nice.
February 78. February?
August.
Okay, so I'm the oldest.
Yeah, you're the oldest. Rafe, you're September.
I'm the baby.
Yeah,
Okay,
the baby in the group.
There you go.
That voice is Sarah Tiana. Welcome.
Hello. So nice to be here.
And you can see Sarah at the Hot Java Bar, part of the Flyover Comedy Festival, tonight over at 8 o'clock. That's on Manchester. So welcome to town.
Thank you.
Have you been to St. Louis before?
I've been here before for the Funny Bone.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's been a while. It's been a long time.
You were on my old podcast, the Happy Time Funcast with Carly Lawrence down the hallway.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she remembers it well.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh.
She loved it.
Well, she just
broke her.
walked in and she goes, is that King Scott
that-
from the
I
Happy
recognize
Time
him.
Fun podcast that I was
Yes.
on how long ago?
6 years ago?
6 years ago, yeah.
It's actually, I'm on her website. It's on her bio.
Yeah.
It says over 9 downloads. That's
No, it was awesome. You were amazing. on
9,
so
that
thank
many.
you.
Okay. Yeah.
that was a
Thank
great
you. That's
Teasy.
so nice.
So you come to St. Louis and you walk in the studio. We tell you we got 2 grandfathers
That's right.
here in the studio. You know, young Grandpa 1, young Grandpa
Papa.
2.
Well, I was first, technically.
Okay, fine. Young Grandpa 1 and then
So
technically,
competitive.
It does it. Yeah, these grandpas, I tell you what.
That's cool. You can have it.
2
I'm
grandfathers
just happy
under
to
the
be
age
here.
of 50. Yeah.
Just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, I think honestly that's right. Like, guys, I was saying that I had a baby when I was 42 and most of my friends had kids in high school, and that was the wrong move. Like, you should have children when you're a child. That's the time.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it was
that's when
super
you have
easy.
the energy to chase them around.
it was super easy and great being pushed out of youth group.
So you-
Well, but when you're an old mom like me, you have to invent other games to play. Like, oh, why don't you jump over mommy's legs while they're on this ottoman? You know, like I'm just so tired all the time.
So you have a 3-year-old?
I have a 3-year-old.
And you're 45.
I'm 45. It's not
Supposed to be
great.
slowing down now.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, I am. He's slowing me down even more. He's aging me very fast.
Let's play a game called Statue.
Yes.
You stand very still, and mommy will too.
Yes.
Yeah, mommy's going to take a nap.
Yeah,
Let's not wake mommy up.
My parents were older, and you could tell at Christmas when when my friends were getting toys and I was getting National Geographic shirts. You know what I mean? Like I was getting a renewed subscription and a tree frog shirt.
That came with the subscription.
Yeah, apparently it did.
Yeah.
So as a mom of a young kid, I mean, how's the traveling?
Oh,
Are you bringing the kid with you?
No, I don't bring him with me. I mean, he goes to daycare, thank God, because I can't watch him and Netflix. Like, I have to choose. And so I take him to daycare. Yeah. I mean, so his dad's there with him, you know. And, it's great. Like,
That daycare?
yes, probably he should be. No, his dad's my boyfriend's a sportscaster, so he has to be up early on the radio and TV too.
Oh,
so
your boyfriend does radio?
they're simulcast, the Rich Eisen show, so they're simulcast on TV and radio.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes, you're a sportswoman.
Big sports fan. Yeah. And so like on Sundays we have 3 TVs in the living room. So for the morning games, usually we go and wear my son out at like a bouncy house before the games so that he's probably tired. Then he naps at 12:30. And then for the afternoon games, we let one of those TVs have Paw Patrol or whatever.
Right.
So that we can watch the other two.
Now, you grew up in Georgia. Were you always a sports fan?
College football,
baseball. I mean, I went to Braves games when nobody went. Like, you'd have 2 extra tickets. You'd put them on your windshield. You'd come back and there'd be 4. Like, nobody went.
Congratulations on the recent successes.
Well, you remember the early 90s. I mean, you're my age.
Worst the first year, 91, and then losing to the Twins, and then, finally winning the World Series in 95. That was my senior year.
I still remember the Sid Bream.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right? Sliding into home.
That was such a...
Were you a Pirates fan or big?
Randy Van Slyke played for the Cardinals, and I was so young that, like, when Van Slyke got traded to the Pirates, I kind of, like, glommed onto them as, like, my second team, and then I became a Bonilla and Bonds fan, and I felt like the Braves were the scourge of my life in the 90s.
What year was that? Was that 90?
91.
Pick a 90s.
Yeah,
I remember who hit the ball.
Yeah?
Is Rafael Gallardo.
Oh,
yeah.
Hit the ball and scored Sid Bream. That's how imprinted that moment in baseball was on me.
Yeah. And that's the other part is that Sid Bream is from Pittsburgh. He's like a Pennsylvania guy. Yeah. So it was even, the slowest guy.
He was a very slow man.
He was so slow. It had like
It was like watching the
18 knee
Scarecrow from
replacements.
Wizard of Oz try to get his legs underneath him and score from third base, and he still did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still did.
So were your friends growing up sports fans too?
No, it was just my family. We were from Northern California. We moved to Georgia when I was 5. So my grandmother would work for the Oakland A's, so we were like pretty big Oakland A's fans. And then we moved to Georgia, and like obviously couldn't watch any other team other than the local team, but the Braves were on TBS all the time. So
your grandmother worked for the Oakland A's?
Yeah.
Was your grandmother Catfish Hunter?
Yes. Yes, we didn't call her that. We just called her Cat. But no, yeah. I mean, I asked her once, I said, who's your favorite Oakland A of all time? I was like, oh, she's going to say like Ricky Henderson or like McGuire or, Reggie. And she goes, I'd have to say Matt Stairs. And I'm like, what? And
Deep
she's
cut.
like, yeah, he was a DH in the 90s and he was clutch. And he was. I mean, for the A's, he was always pretty clutch. He was like, a guy eating pizza and smoking heaters in the dugout and then coming just DH it, just cranking dingers. Yeah, they really don't.
Where are
they
the
don't
John
just have a
Crooks of the
dinger guy.
world?
Yeah, I mean,
that's just ripping darts, camel lights in the dugout.
that was Ron Washington for the Braves for us.
Last one was probably Fielder. Although he could run, even though he was a bigger feller.
Oh.
No, we're talking like smoking cigarettes. Like,
I know.
when men were men.
Yeah.
There was a phase of baseball where they accidentally got in the batter's box with a lit cigarette in their mouth.
Sorry.
Now all these elite athletes, my body is, my temple, and I know exactly what I put on my body. Give me the Mickey Mantle days.
Yeah, I think John Daly has proved that you can do whatever you want to your body as long as you have talent.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Are you out of your mind? Did you just bring a golfer into this?
Yeah. John Daly smokes cigarettes and drinks so much on the golf course. Like, he's bright red when there's no sun out.
Okay.
He's got so much
It matches his
alcohol.
Cardinals pants. He's got those
And he has
Cardinals
his
pants.
son is even better at golf, and he's got a giant mullet, big old dude.
Oh, really? I
Just-
didn't know he had a son.
Does he
Oh,
also
yeah.
have Santa Claus face?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Blonde hair, just like definitely not an attractive guy, but who cares?
That's the
He
last
just hit
bastion
it
for
straight.
that type of athlete, though. Because now you even have like linemen that are 350 that can run faster than I can.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean,
Big man with the ball.
Yeah, dude,
it's fun
it's
when those guys
wild.
get an interception.
So being a sports household, with a 3-year-old, are you guys looking forward to the time where he's like 6 or 7, so he can go outside or join in the fun? Are you like trying to
He's
breed a
already,
sports fan?
He goes to the driving range. He has his own set of clubs. He started he walked to pick up a golf club. That was why he walked.
Whoa, that's
he's
cool.
so into
What an origin
He's so
story.
into baseball, because that's mommy's favorite is baseball, and so he does all these batting stances. He's obsessed with Ronald Acuna Jr. He's 3. So we had to get him a chain because Acuna wears a chain. So he has an Acuna
so cool.
chain.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
because they have those
3?
giveaways. Yeah, he's 3
What a
and
cool
a half.
3-year-old.
Yeah,
Right.
he just rips it too. Like we have to pitch overhand. We can't put it on a tee. He just started hitting off a tee because we forced it. We're like, you're gonna have to start with D-ball. Like you have to know how
Mechanics, boy, mechanics.
So why
Dude,
was
what
this,
But he throws it.
so as a hardcore baseball fan, why was this World Series the least watched of all time?
Well, I think that first of all, what I think
I have a couple theories, but I'd like
Well,
to
I
hear
think most of it is from blackouts. I think that you can't follow a team all year, and obviously the Diamondbacks for sure had the biggest problem because when Bally went bankrupt, the Diamondbacks almost weren't even ever on TV this year. So I think a lot of that comes from losing fandom with baseball. I have a real problem with people saying that, these 2 teams in the World Series, of course, it's because these 2 teams suck. But those same people are always like, it's always the same teams.
Right.
And then you finally get somebody
it's Yankees
new.
again, it's Astros again.
I thought it was riveting. I watched every single game. I loved every single game. I thought it was so fun to watch and fall in love with new players. But I don't think the game isn't growing because most of baseball's fans are over 50 and 60.
Here's my theory. I got 2 theories as to
Let
why
me hear
nobody
it.
watched. Theory number 1 is baseball should not go until November.
Yeah, okay.
Burnout?
When it's
Yes.
there's already too much stuff going on.
Too much stuff going on.
October is, definitely.
October,
Isn't
that's
it
it.
like October? But that's when it was. It was at the beginning of October, middle of October.
It went into November.
No, it didn't. Did it?
Get me a date.
I
Somebody
thought
get
it
me a
ended
date.
before
Somebody get
Halloween.
me.
I thought
Somebody
it
get
ended
me a
before
date.
Halloween. Maybe it didn't. No, on Halloween. You're right because yes, I remember.
Because
following along on that Saturday.
the kids that stole the candy out of the big candy cauldron down in Texas. The guy, remember it was a big viral video where the family and the mom encouraged all the
Right.
kids to take. That was on Halloween, and the reason the guy wasn't answering the door because he was a Texas Rangers fan and was watching the game.
Yeah.
Rangers
Okay,
win
right.
11
That was
to
actually
7
George Bush's porch.
on the night of Halloween, and then Rangers win 5-0
Okay.
November 1st.
Okay.
So
You were right.
Went into November.
Okay.
Mistake number 1. Too
Okay.
much stuff going on. You got
Yeah, sports.
football.
Yes.
You got
Basketball's
football,
already starting up.
basketball, hockey
Hockey's
starts
going.
back up, and the MLS is growing. So there's so much more competition.
I
now
blame
there.
soccer completely, but
What's
Okay.
your other?
Number 2, the MLB did a terrible job promoting the storyline that this would have been the Rangers' first ever championship.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't think a lot of people knew that. They need to take the playbook out of the NFL. All just the promo machine that the NFL has been in the last 10 years, even with all the crap that hits them.
I think that baseball has a real problem with marketing.
Yeah.
And I
Terrible.
think that's because, we should all know what Mike Trout sounds like. We should all know the sound of his voice, But I think a bigger problem is that, the most famous players in Major League Baseball don't speak English. So sometimes it's very hard. Like Shohei Ohtani can't be out there stomping for Major League Baseball, Acuna speaks English, but it's not that good at it. So he's not going to go out there. You have Aaron Judge and Bryce Harper, who's the worst. So no thanks. I don't want him talking ever.
Yeah, those are my two theories as to why
No, but I
it
think
was
that's
such
a good
low.
theory. I think that's a good theory.
But there's a lot of
audience.
stars. There's a lot of stars.
I think baseball's trying, and I think that's the bit. Like all the rule changes this year, I thought were awesome. You know, the games were 35 minutes shorter. It was the equivalent of playing 30 less games on their body.
Yeah, I think they did a good job. I think they did a good job with that.
I loved it. I mean, I was riveted the whole season.
The marketing machine, though, of even like, never mind the players or having them out there doing junkets and pressers and different things. What about like the movies, the 30 for 30s, and like just like really going after that kind of series, spending some money on highly produced stuff. I mean, the NFL Films thing, like put on a clinic from what, the 80s, or I mean, it was a slow roll, but like they are reaping the benefits. They own days of the week now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And not that baseball could do that because there's 150 million games and whatever, but like, I mean, some basic marketing basics would go so far because it's such a dope sport, and I cannot get my kids interested. It's over.
Oh, really?
It's over. I can't get them interested.
Listen, that Fortnite's not gonna play itself.
Right.
I do want to ask you a question as a Braves fan growing up. You know, a National League team. You know, you're in St. Louis. Supposedly, we're the best fans in baseball. What is somebody from Georgia's opinion of the Cardinals?
Oh, what is our opinion?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I think when I think of the Cardinals, I mean, I think of Mark McGwire coming there and like that home run race, and I think of Pujols, and you know, I think I don't have any negative feeling about the Cardinals. It's, you know, whenever the Mets and the Phillies play each other, I'm cheering for an asteroid. You know what I mean? I don't think that the Cardinals...
No, because when you look at polls of the most hated fan bases in baseball, you know, it's like Yankees fans are terrible.
Yeah.
And then it's always like,
that's a fact.
Cardinals, Red Sox.
Really, Cardinals? Because you guys claim to be the best fans in baseball. Yeah, well, I mean, you didn't have anything to cheer about this year, so it's really hard to like put anything
Hey,
on,
we almost
you
won
know?
one game.
Yeah. No, I think every fan base should think that they are the best fans in baseball. If you don't think that, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You should think
I love the
best.
attitude, the cocky attitude. Bring it.
Sure, bring it. I mean, I think that's what makes... That's another big problem that baseball has, is they don't have enough villains. That's why I thought the Astros scandal was so awesome, because it gave everybody in baseball a reason to just hate somebody, you know? And like the Yankees used to be that in the 90s, and now they're terrible. Like if the Yankees got bed bugs, I don't even think anybody would know. Yeah. So yeah, I think the Phillies have kind of become that, because they're this like cocky, talky team, and they still haven't won. I mean, literally the only thing better than the Braves winning is the Phillies losing.
We were having this chat the other day. You know, the Cowboys, when they were winning back in the 90s, was America's team. Yeah. Who's America's team now?
Yeah, I don't know who's America's team.
We tried to figure it out. Who's America's team now?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could probably
in any sport.
You know what? You know who had a small window, who could have had a chance, but because they had a little bit of controversies and some villains there, the Dodgers. The Dodgers had a moment where they could have been like America's team as far as baseball goes.
Yeah, because they were quote unquote the victims of the Astros scandal, but then they made the scandal about them. They're like, well, we should have won the World Series. It's like, no, you shouldn't have. You had home field advantage. Like, you should have won. You had 4 games at home, and supposedly the Astros only cheated at home. So you should have beat them. But you beat them once in Houston, and they beat you twice. So in LA. Yeah. So sorry, it's not about you. It's about the pitchers that got sent down. But I do think the Dodgers had a window of this like Clayton Kershaw, Mookie Betts, like nice guy team, and then they just
but
became
who's
the heel.
America's team now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Chiefs are kind of America's team in a little way, because Mahomes is everywhere. I think the Golden State Warriors sometimes can be America's team, because Steph Curry is like charming, Mr. Nice Guy.
You know, with the Chiefs now, you got the Taylor Swift thing and the Travis Kelce thing.
Yes.
And Kelsey's mom. And it's even more off the field stuff than on the field stuff.
Article hit today that I was going to get to in sports that talked about how 89% of football fans would like to see less Taylor Swift.
I think we're... Sarah, do you think we're done with it? Like, enough?
I mean, but I don't think the NFL's done with it. I asked Chris, my boyfriend, the other day, I was like, what do you think is more likely? She's in Japan during the Super Bowl. If the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, does she cancel? What's more likely? She cancels her her show in Japan to go and watch him, or the NFL moves the Super Bowl
Oh, my
so
gosh.
that's to a different day, so Taylor can make it.
Yeah, check this out. The Taylor fatigue, 89.9% for men, 88.9% for women.
Yeah.
So there's only 1% difference. As for age brackets, respondents in their 30s are most vocally disdainful, with a disapproval rate topping 92%, while those 24 and under and 76 and over are slightly more tolerant of trailer at around 87%. So people are over it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think the female fan base in the NFL is the one that's growing.
Yeah.
So if I'm the NFL, I would try to appease female fans as much as possible because they also a lot of times are the purse strings of the whole house. Like,
for sure,
we make money together, but I'm the one that pays the bills. So if I decide we are not getting NFL Network because I'm mad, it's not happening.
Guess what
like,
happened?
you're losing that argument.
In my household yesterday.
What a great point.
In my household yesterday, the only sports talk that happened was my 15-year-old daughter says, "Hey, Dad, can you get Chiefs tickets?" I said, "What?" She said, "Can you get Chiefs tickets?" I said, "Why?" She goes, "I really want to go see the Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs fan." And I went, "What? Wow.
Since when?
Since this Taylor Swift stuff.
Well, now the Chiefs are in her orbit.
Yeah, and she wants to go to a game.
It's wild.
I feel like, as a Chiefs fan, lifelong, not bandwagon, had family in Central Missouri, was in between the Cardinals and the Rams being here, never fully bought in on Stan Kroenke. I knew he was a piece of crap. I feel like they quickly became the Patriots. Like they missed being America's team and became like hated the way as if they had won we didn't go for 50 years. For 50 years, it was always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Sure.
8-8, 9-7, lost 9 playoff games in a row, I think. The Joe Montana the Oilers win with Joe Montana was our Super Bowl forever. And then I feel like I was like, yeah, finally, America's going to get on board with my boys. And then everyone's like, we hate them. Kill Mahomes. We hate Kelsey and Taylor Swift. And I'm like, well, we just quickly became, we moved right into the villain phase, it feels like. Because I feel like when I talk to people from other cities, a lot of people are like, I hate them.
But there's no other real enemy. Like, who else is it? I mean, it's fun to beat the Eagles, I think. Yeah. I think they're a fun team to beat because, again,
Cowboys
Eagles fans are very loud. Same with Cowboys fans. They're very fun to beat. So, but I just don't know who the other AFC team is that you go, well,
I hate them.
I hate them. You know, I mean, you always hate who it goes through, who you have to go through to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
the Super Bowl is probably going to go through Kansas City
again
most of the time.
Well, we do share one.
Well, they're calling the AFC Championship game now the Arrowhead Invitational.
It's pretty awesome.
True.
You mean Burrowhead? Isn't it Burrowhead?
Oh,
Just kidding.
I don't take it personally. I like the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs. I don't love the Chiefs. They're good. I'll root for them.
Don't make me.
It's a Missouri team.
I like the Chiefs.
I like going to the
small
games.
market team that's finding success. We should all be rooting for them.
Right.
I agree. And like the way to win that other teams should really look at is the fact that Patrick Mahomes constantly restructures his deal so that the people around him can get paid. Like, you are not going to win a Super Bowl if you are the highest paid person on the team and no one else is making money. When you're giving these outrageous deals to Deshaun Watson, Jalen Hurts, like, that money is taken up. And then who else is getting? Who are you paying? You have to pay people around you to be good.
Listen, I just root for good sportsmanship. That's it. Root for good sportsmanship.
Speaking of good sportsmanship, there's a bane we share as a Braves and Chiefs fan. The tomahawk chop.
Yeah. What about it? I don't have a problem with it.
You don't?
I don't.
Okay, cool. I just feel like they go to great lengths not to show it on TV anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and I was like, if they did that with Taylor Swift, we would be having this conversation.
Well, if Taylor Swift started doing the tomahawk chop,
they just treated her like the tomahawk chop. Like, okay, cut away.
Yeah, I always find it weird that the Chiefs don't get in as much trouble for it as I feel like the Braves do. Maybe because we're in a more southern state, and I really looked into it because I remember during 2021 or 2020 when the conversation was really happening when the Braves went to the World Series. It comes out, and then it's usually an article written by a white man and not a Native American, and then there's no quotes from Native Americans, and then personally I sought out the the Cherokee Nation who are season ticket holders for the Braves, and the Braves do like a 1 month long inclusion with the Cherokee tribe, the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, and then they also have a baseball team for the tribe and they coach it and they give it money, and like the tribe has said over and over again, like, you know, we're dealing with missing and murdered Indigenous women. We're dealing with alcoholism and mental health, and all anybody ever asks us about is a cheer.
Yeah.
And we're sick of it. Like, if we cared, we would have said something. We don't care.
Yeah.
And
Such a great point.
so I'm like,
We got bigger
what
fish
else?
to fry.
Yeah, what else do you want? Like,
Sounds
the
like
Braves
comedy
stopped
fans
it.
right now.
They
Yeah.
didn't play the music for a year. They didn't sell the toy. They didn't do anything. And then they talked with the tribe again, and the tribe was like, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
Who cares?
we don't care.
That's
We don't
interesting.
care. That's just my team. I don't know about Kansas City, and I don't know what they've done. But that, from my point of view, that's
Nothing.
what my team did.
They didn't do any of that. They're just
Well,
like,
who
yeah,
knows?
we're just going to keep doing it.
Oh, they're hoping they
That
get
cool?
They're hoping they get Taylor Swift doing it in that box.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
does.
Oh, yeah.
They would love that.
With everything that happened in Washington
On January 6th.
Football Club, yes, on
Oh,
January
sure.
6th. The Chiefs
I
were
thought you were
like,
getting political.
The
I
Chiefs
just
were like,
assumed.
yeah, with everything that happened January 6th, I think we're off the hook for Tomahawk Chop for a couple more years.
No, you're talking about the Redskins to the Commanders.
Yeah, Redskins to the Commanders. I kind of felt like the NFL was getting.
Well, I
It's
think
not as
that-
offensive of a
that's
term.
different.
Very much so. I agree.
And so is Cleveland, you know, the Guardians, the changing to the Guardians. You
Yeah.
know, like that is something that like they reached out, and then
Sure.
that tribe of people was like, yeah, we would like it. We don't really like this name.
Right.
So, yeah, I think in those situations,
Yeah.
it's important for you to listen. And if, you know, now, do I think Commanders was a good choice? Probably not.
I think they should have just left it.
I remember my favorite Onion headline was Washington finally changes name of football team to DC Redskins.
See, we changed, right?
See, we did it.
We did it. We did it,
listened.
guys. Sarah Tiana is at the Flyover Comedy Festival tonight, 8 o'clock at the Hot Java Bar on Manchester. Can you stick around? Does she have anywhere to go?
Yeah, no, I can stick around for a
Can you
sec.
stick around through
Yes,
the break?
I can stick around
Because
through the
we
break.
got a comic of our own in the other room.
Uh-oh. Okay.
And Scott,
Yes,
you
sir.
want to do some headline goo for Sarah?
I would love to.
So Scott's got some jokes he wants to tell you,
Mm-hmm.
and as a professional comedian, well, now we got two pro comedians in the room, Rafe and Sarah here, just to critique him.
Okay.
You know,
I don't think I'll need that.
I think it's
I'm
going to
a
be.
pro.
I think it's going to be A plus.
He's
You
been
know,
doing it for what?
Yeah.
7, 8
I've
years.
done it twice and I
should
got
be-
paid once.
That
so.
means it should be
Hey.
a little bit better than maybe it is.
yeah, it's not so much the delivery; it's the material itself. So stand by.
Always improving. Always.
All right, 9:28, Friday. One final look at your traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. We got a right lane closed due to a stall in vehicle 70 eastbound before 270. There's also a right lane closed due to a stall vehicle 44 westbound at Murdoch, and a lane closed due to a stall vehicle 141 westbound at Gravway Bluffs Boulevard. Your point forecast today will be sunny, dry, and seasonably cool with a high near 60. Right now it's 50 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
It's
Back to the program. Sarah Tiana is here. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
She is at Hot Java Bar tonight on Manchester, 8 o'clock, part of the Flyover Comedy Festival. So what else you got going on? I mean, are there podcasts? Are there specials? What else?
Yeah, I mean,
in the world of
I'm
Sarah
on a
Tiana?
podcast called Extra Points with Dave Damashek. It's a little sports podcast that we do for the Omaha Network, which is Peyton's company. And then I have a special called 44 on YouTube that came out this year. So that's really it. Right now, I'm back to work writing because I was on the writer's strike. So
Yeah.
I was off all summer.
And you've written for the ESPYs, you've written for Fox Sports, you've
The
written
roast.
for ESPN, you've done the roast.
That's cool. Yeah. So lots and lots of writing, and right now I'm writing. We do his end of the year special with Kevin Hart every year on Peacock. Now it's him and Keenan Thompson, And then I'll probably do the Olympics with him over the summer. Kevin and Snoop do an Olympics show that I...
Oh, that you write for?
Yes, that I do.
You write their jokes?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's fun.
I'm sure it's
a
fun.
Gig. Writing jokes.
Writing jokes for people. I think the guy in the other room over there, this may be a guy you're going to want to get to know.
Oh, okay. I saw the long curly hair. I thought it was Nicole Kidman from
from behind.
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder,
Yes. I understand.
Both look like Casper. It's good.
But this man, as far as writing jokes goes, A+.
He's number one?
A+.
Okay.
So, Scott, look at this as maybe an audition.
Okay, great.
Look at this as an audition.
All right.
Because you're going to want to snatch this dude up as far as if you need, writers for a writing room.
Yeah, I mean, I just roasted a billionaire the other day.
You roasted a billionaire?
Yeah, and Sean Penn was there and Robert Shapiro. Remember OJ's?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, man. I ended it by saying, like, I wasn't sure how this was going to go, but I knew if I bombed, Sean Penn would help me out. And if I killed, Robert Shapiro would get me out of it.
Nice. Wow.
That was good.
Anyway.
What billionaire?
I can't say.
Oh.
But yeah, he was a big...
He, not Oprah.
Yeah,
we know
he
that.
sold his company for $3 billion. Yeah.
All right.
Not a big billionaire. Not like Bezos or anything.
St. Louis guy?
No.
Last name Dorsey, maybe?
No.
All right.
All right. Okay. All right.
That was 14 billion.
Well, Scott, look at this as your audition.
Okay.
It's time for King Scott to tell some jokes.
What's going on in the news today?
These are timely and topical. That's why I play that little
Love
intro.
it. Yeah.
King Scott?
A Canadian woman gave birth to a 14-pound baby and asked what gender it is. The woman said, I'm still digging down there to find out.
All right.
Hey.
That's
Nearly 75% of people will go to work when they feel under the weather, but they spend the rest of their workday whining about how sick they are on Facebook.
All right, nah, didn't get a reaction.
No, that
No, your aunt would like that joke. though.
Okay.
Your aunt would like that.
People magazine named Patrick Dempsey sexiest man alive. So while you and I set our clocks back an hour, people decided to set their calendar back a decade.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
The SAG strike is over and it lasted 118 days, but knowing actors, they'll claim it's a lot younger than that.
Very good.
Travis Kelce will attend Taylor Swift's concert in Argentina this weekend. Now it's his turn to sit in the suite and try to figure out what's happening. Pretty cool. Miley Cyrus is one of Hollywood's celebrities that doesn't want to have kids, which means Billy Ray will remain her only dependent. Neil Young turns 78.
Wait, let it breathe. Let it breathe.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Neil Young turns 78 on Sunday, and he's got a new song, Keep On Rockin' in the Free World, Just Keep the Hell Off My Lawn.
Cool.
That one
That's
crushed.
my favorite song. That's my favorite so far.
Yeah.
He loves it.
A certain demo.
Yes,
Cool.
demo. Former NFL quarterback and current Fox announcer Mark Sanchez has a birthday tomorrow, and he'll celebrate with his porn star brother, Dirty.
Wait a minute, Dirty Sanchez?
Yeah, they're siblings.
You didn't know they were related?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
He works on a different Fox show. Anyways, and finally, Kim Kardashian revealed she got a lip tattoo because her cold sores need company.
Too far. Too far,
Go.
Scott. Too far. How dare you?
I was laughing at Rizz's face. He was waiting for that.
Yeah. You're all in. You love it. It's like your eyes are tearing up. Oh my
Baby Goofy is
goodness. Oh my
Very
God.
nice.
I have a Reader's Digest to show you.
Oh, come on. The cold
That's
sores need
good.
company. That's not funny.
Hey,
Too real.
after it's
Come
the
on.
best medicine.
Yeah. Cold sores need company.
Yeah.
Cute.
All right.
So do I have an agent now?
Yeah.
Yes.
She wants to talk to you after.
Yeah.
I saw her actually
this guy
text.
signed.
She just texted Hollywood.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the
And
president of Hollywood.
she sent a text that just said, found him, exclamation point.
Yeah.
You know
You're in
that?
good shape, man.
You know that new sound you've been looking for? Here it is.
All right, see Sarah tonight at Hot Java Bar in Manchester, part of the Flyover Comedy Festival, 8 o'clock. I appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having
Have
me.
a
Thank
good
you so
stay in
much.
St. Louis. We'll take one final break. We'll come back and wrap her up. All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Great week of shows. Thank you so much. Don't forget to see Moon Sunday, DB's beginning at noon?
Yeah, noon to 2. There to watch all the games, have a good time. Obviously, enjoy the company at DB's, the incredible food, the incredible drink specials, and everything. And I'll have some tickets to give away to multiple shows coming up. So just while supplies last, of course, while supplies last, a few pair of tickets. Come up and just say energy up, hang out with me. And I'm sure the whole crew will be up there, the DB's crew that we typically have up there for Sundays. So it's going to be a great time. I'll see you Sunday.
I have the honor tonight of hosting Trivia Night at the 7th Annual Blake Snyder Memorial Event. That's at the Moolah Shrine Center Ballroom tonight. So I'll be out there. If you're going, I'm your host tonight. Come say hi.
I'm going to be pouring drinks at the Share the Warmth event, which is a fundraiser for AmeriCorps St. Louis, where my husband works.
Tight.
And it's a chili taste-off. I'm going to be eating chili.
Are you going to be outside?
No, it's inside, but they have like trap doors that open.
Oh, okay.
But no, it helps AmeriCorps St. Louis, and they have a homeless shelter there. It's going to be good stuff.
So you're going to be pouring drinks, huh?
I believe so. I'll be helping out.
So how about this? If somebody says to you, back to you, maybe a couple extra.
Oh. Ooh. You say back.
Couple
That's
extra.
a 4-count pour, dog.
I just turn away. I just give you the bottle. Have a good
Take
night.
the bottle.
Back to you.
Flyover Comedy Festival.
Flyover Comedy Fest. I am performing at 8 o'clock tonight for the Lee May Child and Family Center 15th Annual Stand Up for Kids Comedy Night at Sunset Hills Country Club, if they'll let me in. I don't even know if they'll let me in that place. And if
Just
you
tell
can't
them I
catch
used to
that,
work there. Tell them your friend used to work there.
Did you really used to work there?
Yeah, it was my first job.
Oh, my boy caddied here, dude. I'm in.
Yeah, it was not
but
a
yeah,
pleasant experience.
it's for a good cause.
Oh, great.
Raise some money for the
Used to work there. He
kids.
hated
It was not a pleasant experience. Tell him I said, hey.
All right. Well, we're going to cut that out of the podcast. And I'll be there tonight, but I'll be all over Flyover Fest all weekend long. I'm opening for Shane Torres tomorrow night. On Saturday night, I'm popping. I'll be all over the place. I'm doing a whole bunch of guest spots, and it's a fun time. Come hang out.
Punk Rock Christmas.
Yeah, Punk Rock Christmas
this weekend.
December 9th at the pageant. The Point website, just 1057thepoint.com, has a link to it. You're gonna want to be a part of it. It's gonna be awesome. And Clownvis, by the way, I don't know if we've announced that yet. Clownvis is gonna be a part of it this year. He's doing an opening set. He's gonna be performing with us. It's gonna be great. Today's podcast is titled "Sarah Tiana Hollering into the Microphone," because we started off the show with a guy just losing his mind at a karaoke thing, and his voice and his yelling is going to stick with me for days.
Yep. Scott, do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, it's the first weekend in December that I think Thursday through Sunday I'll be in a production over at St. Louis Family Church. And I just had my first rehearsal last night, and it's going to be ridiculous and a lot of fun.
Is it like a Christmas?
Yeah, it's Christmas.
It's Beetlejuice.
Playing,
good old
Baby Jesus.
Beetlejuice, Halloween one. No, it's a Christmas. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I get to just be a great singer and have a good time entertaining.
Didn't you play a camel last year?
No, that was 2 years ago. I dislocated my arm on that.
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. I got to get out of here. We leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots, hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From Marissa, Illinois, Melissa Moore is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. And for some reason, she wants to hear this song, and here it is. And we will see you tomorrow. We'll see you Monday.
Yeah.